you go hide them. Stopping in, we've been tapping in. We ain't never late. Dropping gems, we've been locking in. Now let's elevate. Took else to win, running laps again. This is steady race. People's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been a heavyweight. Stopping in, we've been tapping in. We ain't never late. Dropping gems, we've been locking in. Now let's elevate. Took else to win, running laps again. This is steady race. People's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been a heavyweight.
Whoa, get it focused. That looks crazy. What's going on? Welcome to the newest episode of the Heavyweight Bros. Episode 40?
40 piece.
The 40
Give me 40 pieces. I knew there was going to be mad E40 references.
The thing is, like, I forgot it was episode 40 until, like, I just said it. And then I was like, I don't have a number or anybody that wore 40. So I was like, it's got to be an E40.
I was about to say, did you accidentally go into an E40 voice? And was it just organically happen?
No. Yeah, we just watched about. We fell into that. We fell into it.
Give me a 40 piece chicken, please.
So, like I said, episode 40. Mm-hmm. Welcome back. I am your host, per usual.
It's the raisin episode.
It's the raisin episode? Mm-hmm. I don't know what that means, but I guess we'll get there. Maybe let me finish the intros. Talk about when we get there. You know what I mean? That is up there. See, now I'm fumbling now. I am your host, the 5XL assassin, the diabolical diabetic, your boy, the big nasty. And to my right is the co-host, the high yellow headman, the freaking deacon, Coach Buck, my little dumpling, Uncle Raisin. What's going on? And then, of course, the voice in the background, our little special guest today that doesn't want to appear on camera, Mrs. Auntie Raisin? What's going on?
This is Auntie Raisin.
This will start over here first.
Sidebar, baby.
How you doing?
Bro, I'm doing good today, man. Listen, man, I'm only a few days away from getting on this plane.
Oh, yeah.
First
class, up in the sky, popping champagne, living this life in the fast lane. I'm on a plane, talking glamorous. Ooh, flossy.
I love it.
Well, you know who's on that song? Champagne with the seas, caviar.
Oh my goodness! Why does this always go back to?
Plus, I gotta give enough ladies to support your shoot. Famous lifestyle, so rich and famous. Robin Leach.
Oh my goodness! Yo, there is one thing I must say, bro. Shout out to the barber. If he doesn't get this shout out, it's because he's not watching the pod, and I'm not going to put his barbershop on there. But this is a good way to get a shout out. But this brother's a way different man on Friday cuts than he is on Saturday cuts. I just want to say that. Bro.
Barbershop in general is a whole different experience.
I don't know if it's like because I'm kicking it on Fridays and I really don't want to be cutting hair on Saturdays, but this is my livelihood. Or Fridays is just like, yeah, I ain't really got much going on. I'm chilling, but yo, this man went Basquiat on me and the boys yesterday, bro. Yo, this man had new, somebody got new products because the bottle ain't halfway gone.
Yeah.
Like, they go to squish out some of the little spritzer or whatever it is. Like, usually when you get to the edge, like, that means like, it's like, yo, bro, if the boys was down here, you'd be like, yo, these brothers look like a painting. I'm like, as soon as I got off the chair, I was like, yeah, so what's your Fridays looking like moving forward? Because this Saturday stuff is not working.
Yo, like I'm saying, like I don't like my barber. Like every time I get out the chair, like I'm like, yo, what's the appointment book look like? And I see what's open,
right?
And then we plan it in advance because like I don't do the whole I'm gonna sit in here for 4 hours type of deal, or like whatever. And it's like I see all his schedule look crazy Friday, Saturday, and stuff like that. And it's like I was like, man, I can't remember the last time I went to the barbershop on a Saturday because it is World War III in that mug. Like people would be sitting there for like 6-7 hours.
Yeah, listen. Anytime at any barbershop you see the Buchanans walk in, you about to be in for a long day, bro. This is before it was 5 of us. I mean, Shinari's grown now.
There's a football team also.
Right, he's grown now, so he got his own little relationship with his barber. They text each other. He goes, but like me and the younger boys still go together. So it's like 4 of us there, bro. We got there at like 6:30. We left at 9.
Like, y'all walk through the barbershop doors like when the commerce like run through the football banners like everywhere we go.
Right. And then,
and
when we left out together after these fresh cuts, we looked like the opening credits to Any Given Sunday. We just walking out the barber, dumb slows. Right.
It was the opening of Belly.
Right.
However do you want me?
Right. Somebody's grabbing their collar and straightening it out and looking to the right, like, but you don't really got no jacket on. It's like, yo, bro. Shout out. Nope, no shout out. Yeah, I gotta see if you're watching the pod. But yeah, I'm definitely on a Friday schedule from here on out. I'm not playing. I'm not playing.
Did you book it in advance though?
So what happened was I knew there was like some basketball stuff happening this weekend because we usually do the Saturdays. and we had like an appointment and stuff. So I was just like, yo, you know what? If you could, I want to get in a little earlier. And he was like, oh, I got Friday 6:30. I was like, yeah, that's cool because I get in, get out, and still like have Friday night if I needed to. You know what I mean? And it's different. It's definitely different.
All right.
How are you?
I'm doing all right, but I'm tired though. Like I'll tell you that.
What?
Like what I'm just saying is like I feel like we were just here. Like I feel like yesterday. Jeez.
I'm just trying to get you some energy.
It's like I just feel like I said, like we were just here because yesterday was kind of like a blur to this Friday. And it's like we here early as hell on Saturday morning. I was here early as hell in your house.
Yo.
Listen.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna apologize publicly or socially.
Your apologies be as loud as your disrespect.
Yeah. I specifically told this man, like, yo, be up, be right. Because he's usually the one that's like, yo, listen, I'm not getting up that early. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm gonna be up. Get up, be ready. I woke up, was like, oh shoot, 20 minutes past the deadline. And I hit this man up like, yo, my bad. I just woke up. He was like, clearly. I'm like, you still outside? He's like, I'm downstairs. I was like, oh.
And I've been downstairs.
I'm like, why did you not wake me up?
Why didn't you call?
That's what I said. He was like, I wanted the little dumpling to get his rest.
Did you refresh for the pod? I don't need to round up raisin off the rim.
Yo,
groggy.
Yo, this is crazy. But don't worry, man. I'm gonna carry my own today because you definitely it's a real one.
This brother came down with no food too. He was like, "Do you want some water?" I'm like, "Man, bro, I'm thirsty, man. I'm dried up." Like, yes, I'm dehydrated. Yes, I'm thirsty. Talking about like
his chapped lips ain't because I don't moisturize. Hey. It's because I'm dying in this desert.
You could have came down with some scrambled eggs or something. Some cheese eggs would have been nice.
Yo.
Lulu, how you doing?
I am doing fabulous. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Noise, like.
I mean, you could always just do that. I was just saying, like, to what do we owe the pleasure?
So, me and my husband have been talking about the lovers' corners, the heavyweight lovers' corners, and you
just
guys
so
have
y'all
been doing.
Remember, I told you I'd be talking to my wife. Don't be playing.
You guys have been doing such a fabulous job that over the week, me and my husband were talking about like topics, and the topic for today is one of my favorites. And I don't know if I can say it, but
you can hold on to it. You can hold on to it until we get there.
So that's why I'm here. I think to just give a female's perspective on today's topic.
Okay. Which I'm assuming we can use more of, right?
What?
A female's perspective. You gave me a crazy look. Like I was like, more of my wife? I was like, that's not what we do.
That's going to be the picture for...
I smell a DD.
Yeah. But yeah, man. That's good. It's like I'm happy, like I said, I'm excited to talk about the topic too. And I love the idea of the female perspective too, because
Did we send you the new thing to do for the topic?
Say it again.
Like I know we did a little pregame for the topic. Do you need me to send it to you as well while we're in here?
Yes, yeah, because I didn't know what was going on.
All right, so I'll send that while we while we transition to the next topic if you'd like.
All right, it's digging in the crates. No diggity, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
All right, first things first.
I pop a freak song.
Oh, look, you put it on here and I put it on here. We're tripping. So,
yeah, we definitely, yeah.
So, I don't know who, how do you say it? Bia?
Yeah.
I don't know who she is.
I mean, neither. I mean, I don't really either. She's a UK rapper.
And I probably wouldn't have listened to her new song, London, if it didn't say featuring J. Cole.
I mean, that's a good enough reason to listen to anything.
I did give it the run through of like, all right, let's see what's going on. It is kind of a vibe, you know what I mean? It was a music video, and she looks super confident in the video. And like, I mean, you're supposed to be as an artist, right? But maybe I may listen to something else. I'm not too sure, but I'm literally like I said in the comments, I'm just here for the Cole. And that brother went crazy.
So apparently they shot. So there's a video that goes along with it as well. Mm-hmm. And apparently the guy who shot the video did it all with like 17 drones.
What?
It was all shot with like drones.
That makes perfect sense.
The way it was moving, right?
Perfect sense.
But I was like, I really like the energy that it came with.
Yeah, I like the purposeful grainy look to the video, and like it felt like it was an older video, but it's not. You know what I mean? I don't know what jacket that was that Cole had on, but that joint was fire.
For a second, did you think that Cole was gonna have a dance break?
No, for a second I thought it was like if it wasn't a video, I thought it was like a fake song. Like, you know how people be chopping, putting stuff together, and you be like, yo, how have I never heard this? Like, wait.
New Drake, Cole, and Kendrick. It was like just a bunch of old verses.
I've heard this before, and then you look at the third, it's like, oh, this was a great edit. Like, why are you wasting my time?
Nothing's worse than thinking that a trailer came out, and then midway through being like, this is just footage from Man of Steel. Right. Wait, isn't this Scooby-Doo? Just being mad upset. Like,
yeah, but it was, Cole went crazy.
He went crazy. Like, obviously it's not Johnny P. Caddy level, but I was like, it's got to be one of his 2-3 best verses of this year.
It ain't far. It ain't far. Especially when he threw like the little subtle, like little UK reference.
He was doing the UK accent, and he was doing the drill style.
Bro, I was like,
But first of all, this song long as hell. So it was like 6 minutes. It felt like, but I was like, that 2.5 minutes of Cole was worth it. I felt like, I was like, okay.
Yeah, and I felt like the restaurant he was in, as soon as I seen him in there, I was like, is that the restaurant from Top Boy? But it's just like
food.
Right. But it's just like what I got, and what you always get from Cole is that, like, not only is he a student of the game, he respects his craft so much, and not only his craft, but the people who listen and enjoy his music. Because he could have just spit some bars, but he made sure, like, to make some UK reference, to use the accent, and to pay homage, like, based on the setting. And they might have even shot it in UK for all we know, but it's just like, you know what I mean, for you to be on that level, I'm pretty sure they appreciate that as well. Like, that joint was fire.
I think that's what puts Cole, Kendrick, and Drake in like a whole different class, is like when they don't phone it in. Like, there's no phoned in verses from them. Like,
you don't say it.
But it's like when Drake's on a song, it's like it becomes a Drake song with you on it.
Yeah.
It's like that. And it's like, I think that's one of the most valuable things in rap, is like a Drake feature nowadays, because it's like no matter what you do, Drake automatically takes that song and puts you up there.
Right.
And stuff like that. And then like Kendrick, like, is a scene stealer.
Smoking on your top 5 tonight. Smoking on your name tonight.
Top of the morning. It's just like, I mean, like, man, whatever it is. But then like Cole, like, it's almost like he adds like a spit shine or like some class to like whatever you do. And it's just like, oh, this song is valid now because Cole's on it.
The visual I get whenever I see Cole on a track is like, you eat, like, you know how you see like Italians be making the sauce and they're like, go ahead and taste that.
Yeah.
And like, it's missing something. Throw a little Cole in. Oh, snap. That's it right there.
Diabetes activated.
But yeah, man, that's Cole. Keep bringing it, man. Like, listen, I know you had the album drop not too long ago. I know the Dreamville mixtape came out. So if you just want to subtly sprinkle yourself on other people's stuff and make sure that we still have some features going on, I don't have a problem with that at all. I would literally, like,
Cole's features are so good that he does albums where the only feature is Cole, and he just changes his name.
Yes.
Which is crazy. And it's like, they're usually the best part.
Yes. So I think he said it too. He's just like, he was in on Benny's joint. He was just like, yo, listen, man, if you invite me, I'm about to kill you on your joint. He didn't use those words. I'm paraphrasing, but he's just like, yo, listen, man, like, just know it's gonna be an obituary if I get on this track with you, fam.
And if you don't want to get buried, you better watch them.
Know what you're signing up for. But yeah, we can segue to the next one, which is Jack Harlow got a new song out called First Class.
Yeah, I think a lot of people didn't know it was called First Class, but it's like everybody knows it's the one that samples Glamorous, what the song we were singing earlier.
Oh, got you. Yeah,
First Class. Did you listen to it?
I did, but I kind of like force fed myself.
Okay.
There's nothing against Jack Harlow. The song wasn't like it did.
It's a slow burn.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it's not like the club track. It's not like the music that he's usually making, where it's just like upbeat and super like that.
And that's another thing. I don't listen to a lot of Jack Harlow. Like, I wouldn't know a Jack Harlow song unless you, like, I know we have these moments all the time because I know you're gonna sing a song. I'm like, word, that's Jack Harlow.
I was like, what's poppin'? Brand new whip just hopped in.
No, so I did listen to that joint, but I listened to that joint because like all the features in there were fire.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I think he had the best verse of the original.
Because it was who's it, like Lil Baby, Tory Lanez,
Dub Baby, Tory Lanez, and Lil Wayne.
And Lil Wayne, like, what? Are you serious? Like,
I still think he had the best verse on it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
My son's like Venus. Something like Gilbert Arenas.
No, I was like,
Jimmy Neutron, I'm a young boy genius.
Yeah. He's gonna make me listen to it. But no, that
you definitely gonna be dropping. You get on like, brand new whip just happened.
Hey, but no, I did listen to that. That joint is fire. But like I said, I just don't listen to a lot of Jack Harlow. So like some songs, like if they're tough to get through, but it's an artist that I have listened to, I may run it back just to see if there's anything I'm missing.
Yeah.
But it's just like I'm probably not running this back.
But like I thought the song was smooth.
It's a vibe.
I feel like it has a bunch of like we're gonna see a lot of IG captions from the song. Like I think that's really what we're getting from this.
A lot of TikToks.
I thought it was just cool. I don't know if it's a song that like I'm gonna revisit all the time. Like I know he recently had the song Nail Tech that I actually like.
Okay.
But like he doesn't really miss. I don't really check for Jack Harlow albums either.
Right.
But it's like every song that he's on, I'm like, damn, brother smooth. I didn't think he was gonna last this long. And it's like he's really carved out like his niche in there. And it's like he's at all these award shows. He's doing the songs with Lil Nas X. He's like he's killing TikTok and stuff like that. And it's just like he's a smooth brother. Like ladies love that was some Jack Harlow. Like he's like he's well he was runner-up for White Boy of the Year last year.
That's an award?
Yeah, there's always one.
Wait, no, that's like an urban thing, or is that what actually
Eminem was running the gambit for a while. Matthew McConaughey took it for a little bit. Like that. Last year was Joe Burrow and Cooper Kupp were slap boxing for it, and then Cooper Kupp wound up winning the Super Bowl, so he got it. But it's like there's always one. Dirk, you got an MVP.
I thought it was gonna be that dude that was at the parade. It was like he was like, my girl is super thick. I'm just talking with my.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I didn't know where you were going.
Have you seen that dude? He's like everywhere. That means mine was just casually at the parade, like.
I know you're talking. For a minute, it took me a minute to get. I was like, what is this man talking about? I was like, this is on the corner of the internet I have not seen.
It was like, dumb. It is because everybody else is.
He made sure not to drop the F-bombs too, like real quick.
Definitely, and that's why I watched it 3 times. Like I know what's happening here, and he made sure. That's how I know he's sung this song several times. I'm pretty sure he's saying it at home.
Oh yeah.
But like other people that looked like him at the parade was like, but that man was like. I swear he had a double cup in his hand.
He definitely did have something in his hand. He probably had what was it, the iced tea that smacked across the head. What was that joke? Twisted tea?
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean he might have been a close third then, I guess. But yeah, I just like I said, I don't be checking for Jack Harlow like that. The song's not bad, but I feel like it's one of those songs that you play in certain settings. You know what I mean? It's got to be.
What about what you call the song? The one that all the kids are. I told you long ago on the road. This is what they waiting for.
That's Jack Harlow.
But that's Lil Nas X. But that he's the rapper. Is like, baby, back.
Yeah. I don't be listening to the radio like that, so I know that's where I got a lot of airplay. So
it's right about that. When's the last time you turned on the radio?
99.
I remember like my aux cord broke, and then like what you all was on the radio for like a little bit. I was like, this is crazy. This is how I used to live. It's ghetto out here. Like I hate this song. Why can't I not listen to the same 25 songs I always listen to?
I'm upset.
I was like, oh, Uchi Wally again. Why not? Let's go for it. I was gonna say because he was she really. I was about to get it.
I knew you would have kicked the whole verse. Lil Baby got new music out. Yeah, he's got 2 new videos out.
Okay. Actually,
I don't know if I've missed any other ones. One of them is called In a Minute. I don't have the name of the other one. So I'm just wondering, like, usually if rappers drop 2 music videos, usually a interlude to a possible album drop.
Right.
So, excuse me. So I don't know if Lil Baby's got something either already out or coming out, but he definitely has a new song. The first one I listened to, like I said, I can't remember the name of it. I was kind of like, eh.
I think all his songs sound the same, so it's very easy to mistake which one's which.
And that's the first thing I was looking for. Like, all right, is this gonna feel like another song? And the first song that I listened to definitely felt like just another Lil Baby song. The In a Minute joint is kind of alright, but I probably won't run that back either, just to be honest with you. I feel like, this is for the young.
He is yet to really impress me. Like I've been waiting for like the one song where it's like, yo, Lil Baby killed this song.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like there's songs where I'm like, oh, this is a vibe. Like, like this is a cool song. This song's pretty dope. But it's just like there has not been a song where I'm just like, yo, run it back because that Lil Baby verse was crazy. Right, like there hasn't been one of those.
Right. He's for the young boys. You know what I mean? But I mean, I had like Dez and the boys in the car, and like sometimes you be trying to side eye to see if it's something they feel. I didn't see too many head bops from him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But like
we're checking our DMs at this point in time, like while he's in the middle of rapping.
Yeah.
That's not a good look. Because like when there's a good verse, you be like, oh, hold on a second. Yes, like little young thing, go around. I'm not saying you got to get it in.
Yeah, listen, man. I'm like I said, I'll be
you
on
felt
my
that
phone.
one. I see it. She said, yeah, that's a good verse.
That's why I push that joint right back. Like, oh shoot, let me run that back. Like I know I ain't get through the whole song yet, but I need to hear that bar again.
You ever run it back a song because like you didn't listen to it well enough?
Yes.
You're like, I gotta put that back.
Yes.
Or it's like this is the song that usually hurts me, and I feel like it didn't hurt me good enough. Let me play it again.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't feel the feeling that I was looking for. I need the emptiness in me too.
You're super invested in the song, but the one favorite part of the song you missed it for some reason. You're like, oh,
or you're trying to show somebody a song and they're talking over the part that you like, and I'm just like, I could choke you. Right? I can literally open this door and scoot you out. This is just like, oh, like check out this track, and it's just like, let me tell you about how my day was. I don't give a fuck about your day right now. Okay, let me tell you about what Corday's talking about right now. Like,
that was a quick turnaround.
It was kind of like our boy G had over at IG and Etsy for your quick turnarounds. Make sure you hit him up. Make sure you use that promo code Heavyweight Bros, spelled HW8BROS for 10% off your order. Because the more you spend,
the more you save.
They saw the harmony. And also, you can't forget to shout out our boy Young K. You can always find them over at YouTube, SoundCloud, Instagram, Twitter, and make sure it's Young King TR, correct?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Show that boy some support. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share his videos because we trying to make the family blow.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. So
there's one more thing. Because I know a bunch of, so like I didn't know this until this morning, and I saw a lot of people reacting to it. Mm-hmm. Vince Staples dropped a new album, and apparently, yes, it's called, I believe it's like Ramona Park Broke My Heart, and it's got like 16 songs on it. I guess in grand total, it's like about 40 minutes. But like I saw like on Twitter this morning while I was waiting for you to wake up, people were going crazy about it. Like people were just like, "Yo, like Vince Staples yet again proves that he's of this caliber," and like. I've always liked him.
People say that he wasn't though.
I've always liked Vince Staples, but I've never checked for Vince Staples.
Got you.
So like my thing is, I was like, maybe I got to give this album a listen to because like
that's fair.
I felt like the same way about the Corday joint, and then like now I can't stop listening to them, and I'm like, how did I miss this dude like that? And I was like, maybe I need to check out this Vince Staples one as well.
Drop the Y&B off the name. That's what happened.
Yep, he's on his road. I was about to get into like because there's one song I can't like. I know like when the Spotify year wrap up comes on, there's gonna be like 2 or 3 Corday songs on there.
That's what's up.
So like
that's what's up.
Yeah, now we could transition now if you'd like.
Oh yeah, time for that Insomnia hour.
I don't know if I want to fake sleep because I feel like
just fake sleeping behind the camera.
I feel like I might go to real sleep because it's so damn early.
She went loose neck.
Wake me up inside.
Wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
Save me.
Save me from the nothingness inside.
See that? I'm bringing that energy for you, man. You had to wait for me, so you don't got to wait for me.
I'm still hungry.
We don't have copyright. I'm still hungry. T-bone steak, cheese, eggs, and which is great.
Nice. That was solid. Big Papa, I got you.
Hey. All right, so we only got one thing on here, but the one thing is worthy. I know that you've been kind of on the fence.
This is literally one episode. I told you it was just a rough first episode.
All right, so I'm just making, let's talk about it. We're talking about Moon Knight.
Yep, Moon Knight, episode 2.
Yes.
So like we kind of
let you have this one.
I was just gonna describe the episode, but like we kind of delve more into the relationship between Stephen Grant and then the Mark Spector person. Lou, did you watch Moon Knight?
No.
Okay, all right. She's like, no. So like we kind of delve into like the relationship, or like Stephen Graham seems to be discovering more of like what's actually going on inside of him.
Which I'm glad they did this episode because I was kind of like, if y'all wait too much longer for this relationship,
there's only 6 episodes of the show.
Are you serious?
Yeah, this show's only has 6 episodes.
That's crazy.
Because I was talking to my boy about it. He's like, I feel like they went a little quick on it, and I was like, they gotta move the needle. Like it's only 6 episodes. Like we got to get in and out. But yeah, so like Steven starts to discover like that his body is being inhabited by the spirit moon god Khonshu, and that Khonshu contracted a mercenary named Mark Spector for some. We still haven't figured out why Mark is inside Steven's body. Like why is Steven's body so important? Right. We haven't figured out that piece. But we have also start to see pieces of Mark Spector's life. So like Mark has a wife, stuff like that. And you know, the wife is also in on a lot of the Mark Spector stuff. So like, we don't know how long Mark Spector was Mark Spector. I thought that that's kind of like what we were going to get, where Stephen Grant was going to kind of be like, oh, like, but that's not what my childhood was like. And then be like, well, what was your childhood like? And he was going to kind of be like, wait, do I have a childhood? Like, why don't I remember anything past this point, because then that becomes the question is like, who's the actual personality?
And that's what I was wondering. I was like, so like, was Mark in another body and he took his subconscious and put him in there as to avatar this body, or is just like, is this guy really Mark and his whole Steven lifestyle is not even real? And it's just like I want to see how it unwraps.
I think it's like it got a little bit more interesting, but I think what was the most interesting is, we get Ethan Hunt's character.
Yes.
Letting us know like that he was the former avatar for Concho. And he's
explaining
to him, he's like, what is he telling you? He's telling you this.
And when he was quoting everything that he was saying, I was just like, yo, that was fire. That was fire.
I was very engaged like on that part of it.
So was I.
The CGI is still kind of a little wonky to me. It's like I'm just like
even when he put the cane in the floor, I was just like, that's the best y'all gonna do it. This right here, like they could have really went ham with that but they didn't. But
I feel like we're still doing like Guardians 1 stuff, like with Ronin and
it felt real like Mummy or Scorpion King-ish.
Let's not disrespect the Mummy, man.
I also like the like towards the end where like Mark got control of the body and the other dude was like, this is what it feels like to be in here. Like I felt like that was a really intense moment where you're just like, I can't breathe, I feel so caught up, wound up. He was like, just pace yourself through it. And he's just like, no, I don't like it, give me my body back. And it's just like, that was crazy. Like, and for him to like spaz and start hitting the window, it's just like, bro, this doesn't affect him because you hang out there, that's your space. But it's just like, unless like there's way more stuff going on aside from them inhabiting this body. So it's interesting.
Well, I mean, like also like the big reveal is that like Steven can kind of manifest his own suit, because that's kind of like the whole episode is like, I think the title of the episode
I thought that was hilarious.
Is Summon the Suit, right? That's what the title is.
Yes.
And then like the whole time, like his wife, she's like, yo, like get
the suit.
Like she's doing stuff like, all right, now he's going to get the suit on. He's like, how come we don't got the suit on, bro? Like, but then he does summon the suit, but it's like it's in the comics, it's known as the Mr. Knight.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, which is different, where it's like, he's got an actual suit on.
Yeah, he looked like he was from the 50s and he was running numbers. He was like, smooth.
Yeah, when he cracked the bunch call, oh boy, he's like, ow! He's like that, huh?
And then he got smacked.
Yeah, and he wanted to get cracked. But it was like, yo, like, I feel like now we're on the track where I really wanted it to be at, where it's like, I'm 100%. Right. Like, I was in, and I was going to keep watching, but I was like, at first, like, I was thinking we were kind of at, like, Falcon and the Winter Soldier level. And I was like, now I'm starting to feel like we're at the WandaVision level. It's like, now we can start talking about that type of stuff.
That's what's up. You mean more like at the Hawkeye level.
So you think WandaVision is worse than Hawkeye?
No, Hawkeye is worse than WandaVision.
No, but I think it's above that. That's what I'm saying. It jumped up.
Yeah, from Hawkeye to WandaVision, because you said Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I think it's better than Hawkeye.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, I think it's on the what are you trying to do, man? I think you just want to talk smack about Hawkeye.
I did. There is one show that's not on the docket that I'm waiting. You know what I mean? I don't know why it's not on there.
What show is
It's
that?
3 episodes in, and you didn't even talk about it last pod, so I'm wondering what's going on, man. Like, Halo.
It's 3 episodes in?
It's 3 episodes in, fam. And he has not put that helmet back on.
He's not? All right, so there's a reason why I haven't brought it up, because I ain't seen these last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Because, like, if there's a pecking order to the shows that we're watching, like, Halo's definitely been at the bottom, because, like, the first episode was real shaky, and I was like, I'm going to get to it when I get to it.
Yeah, this joint is a tough watch, bro.
It is.
I can't lie to you, man. I got excited when, like, because episode 2 is the Bokeem Woodbine episode.
Oh, he finally shows up?
Yeah, second episode.
Who does he play?
Master Chief's best friend from his childhood.
Okay.
I don't know who that is.
You trust me, this brother this whole time has still not put the helmet back on?
3 episodes, he has not put the helmet back on. He's like basically spinning the show without the helmet on. He's at one point had the whole suit off and no helmet. He's just walking around like, this is who I am.
It's in the skivvies.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, like, all that back end and stuff that you don't see, like him at base and all that extra stuff is probably times he would have the helmet off. Like, but like I said, I've never played Halos, like only the game, so he would always have the helmet. And he's like, no, I'm so disgusted. Like, it's a vibe.
I'm just like, yeah, like, you're not giving me the energy I need to start picking it back up.
I'm not giving myself the energy to finish the season.
Are you watching episode 4?
I may not. The only thing that was what made it interesting is like I said, I don't watch Halo. I think it helps that I don't play Halo to make it interesting. But it's like, I do know, like, in Halo, there's like a female that he talks to, like a AI. Yeah. And they did that whole AI situation.
Oh, she's in it now.
Yeah, in episode 3.
Okay.
And it showed about how she came about and how they invented her and everything like that, and how the AI came about. It's actually a really, really tough scene. But I don't know, man. I feel like I'm force feeding the kids vegetables.
But sometimes vegetables are good for them. They need that. They need some starches in their life.
Sometimes I just want to have a whole carb meal.
I don't know. The fact that you just wasted those 6 minutes talking about it, I was like, I could have just kept it going. I didn't put it on the docket for a reason. Like, I was like, hey, listen, you didn't have to struggle to talk about that.
That was my Morbius review moment. All right, well, we can get over to popcorn. Papi.
Don't stop. Pop that.
Oh, see that? I'm bringing some energy for you today. I don't got no cheese eggs, but I got some energy for you. All right.
Thanks.
It's like it's a sweltering 98.6 degrees down here. All right, so first things first.
Rest in peace, Uncle Phil. For real. Speaking of Uncle Phil,
I was about to say. So Will Smith got banned for 10 years from the Oscars.
10 years.
Did you know this? Look at the reaction.
Yes.
10 years.
10 years he's banned from the Oscars.
Yo,
and he
the
can't,
first meme Joel showed me, babe. It's like. It was like the caption said, "We banned for the Oscars for 10 years."
Will talking to Jada, babe, we've been banned from the Oscars for 10 years, and Jada with the Uncle Phil, we.
I got mine.
Yo,
I'll be there in the front row, baby.
She's sitting in the front row with Willa, Jaden, and August. Yeah, and then like Jaden's gonna be like, "Listen. Can my table be red?"
Keep my husband's name in your mouth now.
That's a nice joke, Chris. That's a nice joke, Chris. You funny boy.
The Will Smith, the Bad Boys point too.
Right. That's good. You caught that. Yeah, it's hilarious. The other funny one too, and I hate bringing this up, but it is what it is. Like, there's never gonna be another Madagascar.
Okay. Poor Gloria and Marty, man.
Yeah, so this is crazy, but I feel like this is better for Will than getting stripped of your Oscar and prosecuted. Like, do you really want to go to jail?
I mean, he was never gonna go to jail for slapping Chris Rock. Like, he might did a fine or something like that.
I mean, no, he would initially got arrested though.
Yeah, but it's like
if Chris decided to press charges, they were going to, from what I've heard, is they were going to strip him of his award and arrest him right there at the show. But Chris was like, "Nah, don't press no charges. I'm good. Let him keep his award, have his moment."
Okay.
So it's just, I feel like this is better because now you get to keep your Oscar. There's like no criminal. I mean, not criminal, but like no case or anything like that.
Any sort of charges.
And any sort of charges, right? And like 10 years from the Oscar and a shift in time where like people are trying to create their own situation to where you don't have to appeal to the Oscars anyway. You never know. This might be the one little kick in the butt that gets something going for us.
I know that we kind of put this topic on here less of a reason to even talk about him being banned, but just more just to talk about just how annoying that them two are. Because like I know you saw the video, or I showed you the video where she's like recording them to like set up like the next Red Table Talk, and he
was fully in. Go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad.
No, go ahead. Like,
that man was fully correct. Like that man, mind you, it's like, yo, listen, I'm in between movies. My social media presence is what it is. I'm really getting
bread and butter.
I'm really grocery money. This is grocery money right here. It's like, and you're over here trying to siphon off of that because your joint is not popping. He looked at you, was like, 150K, huh? All right. Let me know when you get to 150 mil. Like, I'm not doing this with you. I can literally jump out of a plane and say hi to people. My video will be 50 seconds and I'll get more than this 30 minutes that you writing off. So it's like, I get it. I understand it. I did, however, though, notice like a sense of sorrow in his face. Like
he was clearly like he was about to say something until he realized that she was recording him.
It was changed. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And like, I don't know, man, that joint, I expected so much more from Jada.
How exhausted does Will just look? Just like, yo, can I rest?
Right.
Stop.
Right.
Like, stop.
Right.
Like, I look crazy right now.
It's just like, it's out of control.
Like, just let it, like, listen, man, you could just watch episode 36 when you know it's time to let it go and just let it go. Like, we're not there anymore.
Right.
Like, Lulu, you look like you got some thoughts over there. Yo, like, how you feel about it?
This is what I be talking about, how females just want and overdo things and just stress the man out for no reason. That's just too much. Sit out somewhere.
And it's like, yo, she knows that she's annoying this man too. And then she's gonna look at the camera and be like, we still need work.
We still need work.
Get him out of here. Yo, I'm trying to get work because you ain't been working.
Right.
Like, he's talking about this ain't working. Right. He's like, yo, ew, like leave me alone. Like I'm about to go live with Jaden for a little bit.
Right.
Like, it's more
She
stable.
got my Tiger Woods shirt on. I'm just gonna go outside and open up a pack of golf balls, driving for a little bit, and then go downstairs away from you. Got this freaking camera in my face.
Apparently, there is a new Red Table Talk coming out too, and it's like I don't know who the woman that's on there. I think she's like some couples therapist that like they've used before or something like that.
That's probably the one she gave a shout out to.
Yeah, that's what she was talking about.
She about to air out a bunch of their dirty laundry again because she feels that's the only way that because like Jada hasn't been doing no movies. She ain't really been on no TV shows like that.
She was in The Matrix. Relax.
Jada ain't really been doing no movies.
No good movies.
Right. That's not been popping like that.
She was in Gotham.
So Jada hasn't been popping like that. And the one thing that got her back in the public eye was the Red Table and the whole, not even the Red Table, because a lot of people don't know there were Red Table episodes before the whole August thing happened.
Well, the one that really set them off was when she sat down with Jordan Woods. Like after the whole Jordan
Never knew about it.
But you heard it. But like the Jordan Woods, Tristan Thompson, Khloe Kardashian thing was like a big thing. And it was like, that's the one that really set off the Red Table Talk. Like they had it before and they had a little bit of views. They had a little people.
So she gets her rocks off of messy stuff.
It's like, yes. Like people try to clear up their relationship drama and like all that type of stuff.
Toxic tip.
But then like, obviously the August one is the one that like broke the internet.
Toxic
like,
tip number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah, toxic tip.
Are you going to watch the Red Table Talk now?
No.
Like,
thank you. No.
I can't believe she dragged that man Will on there like that to have him look so crazy. And you know Will's my guy. He's my guy, bro.
Mind you, I get up and like, you get your little news feeds and stuff like that. We get some of our content from stuff like that. The thing that pops up on my content feed is like, Jada says she never wanted to marry Will. She cried at the wedding. It was the worst experience ever. It was just, crazy. I just married him because I was pregnant with his son. And so even if that's why you married him, why did you stay with him? Like,
why are you telling anybody this? Why are you telling anybody this?
Thank you.
Tell your close confidants. Tell your mom that you apparently have an amazing relationship.
Tell your husband that you're sharing a life with. And that's how I felt about it, because I also did not know, and we're gonna move away from this because this is getting too much time. But I also did not know like they've been had an open marriage.
Yeah, and most of us do that.
And it was pretty much like under wraps, and it was part of like their agreement. And like all of this didn't really blow up until the boy August ran his mouth, and Jada was like, "Yeah, this is what happened," and co-signed everything and went forward with it. Just like again, you're putting parts of your life out there that people should not be privy to or should not be involved in. Like yes, I share stuff on Lovers, Heavyweight Lovers, but it's just like we ain't gonna go all the way to the point to where like stuff that is only for me and my wife is not just for me and my wife anymore. Like
you bringing everybody to the bedroom,
right, man? That joint is weird, man. There's too many cooks in the kitchen, man. It's banging. It's like, what is this? What is this? Throw it out. Wow. Throw it out right now.
You made food sound really nice.
Oh my God, my bad. Hey, give me an order of cheese, eggs, grits.
Oh, grits too? Make sure you put some of that wheat toast and some butter.
I'm to like waffles and what is it? Waffles and.
Oh, is those Roscoe's chicken and waffles?
No. She's about no. We ain't doing that.
Oh.
I mean, I guess so. Nah, she's talking about a local business, man. I'm at that point where we shouting people out when they watch the pod.
If you want to gatekeep good food, that's on you.
He keeps ordering food. There's no waitress here.
But no, she is talking about Wings and Waffles. Definitely a local establishment.
Where's this local establishment?
It's on Island Pond Road. Right by Rockies, right by Springfield College.
Right by Nathanville, or an area I try to avoid. An area
it's a little further down. It's a little further down after the car wash. But no, like I said, it's locally owned. Commerce alumni also. You know what I mean? But it's
so shady types.
You trip. Just like if you're gonna go there to eat, make sure you got a little bit of time. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people go there and eat.
I was just thinking it's gonna make you wait. Is that what you told me?
Nah, it's not like KFC line wait. You know what I mean? But it's just like you go in there, you kick it. Yeah, it's a nice little spot. You go in there, you kick it, order some food. Food is good. Food is great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're definitely taking a little bit too much time on this. We could have like that's my fault for deviating on there. But
okay.
What I really want to talk about is a movie that I saw yesterday.
It's already out?
It was out yesterday. Yeah,
Okay,
so last night.
It was
called Everything Everywhere All at Once, starring Michelle Yeoh.
Yep.
She was just in Shang-Chi. She plays Shang-Chi's mom. She was
definitely typecasting herself. I don't care.
She was in Crazy Rich Asians. But like more famously, she's known for being in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. So like, I don't want to talk too much about this movie because like it needs to be seen. Like it's one of those things. It's like I don't want to spoil anything about this movie because it was such a fantastic movie. It was so beautiful. Wow. It was beautifully shot. The story was great. It was well acted. The way it was written, I was just like I enjoyed myself the entire movie. Like I watched it with my brother. I was like laughing out loud, like mad loud in the theater. I was like, ha! Like I said, like there's like it's really really funny and it's really all this stuff. And it's like by the end,
this
like
might be the most excited you've been about a movie.
I'm trying not to overhype it, but I was like, I need people to watch this movie. Like that's how good it was. That's how good it was.
Is this your favorite movie of the year?
So far, it is.
Wow.
So far, it's my favorite movie.
Okay. Hey, maybe we're going into movies.
Yeah, sounds good.
For those who aren't in the know of like what the movie is about, Michelle Yeoh plays a woman named Evelyn. And it gets real scientific-y, but like I promise, like it comes back around. So like we're watching all these Marvel movies, all these DC movies. So the ideas of the multiverses are coming up. And for those who don't know, the quick version of the multiverse is like every time that you make a decision, there's another universe where the opposite decision was made. So like sometimes it's as simple as, do I go on a date with this person? And then it's like, I don't. So like there's another universe where you do, and then you get married and you have kids. And then every decision that you make ends up in a different, so like the multiverses are like thousands, like they're expansive.
You could sneeze or not sneeze, and that's another.
It's simple as that. It's like a butterfly effect type of deal. So like she winds up, I can't explain like how she gets there and stuff like that, but there is this like a villain of the movie who is destroying the multiverses like one by one. And for some reason, and we don't know why, this version of Michelle Yeoh is the one that they believe can defeat her. And like the way that but she's just like a normal, like she runs like a laundromat, like she's in a struggling marriage, about to get divorced and that, but it's like, why her? Like that's the whole thing like, of you trying to figure out the movie, like why is she the one that's so special?
Sounds like The One.
All right, so I was gonna say this movie is like The One mixed with The Matrix, because like so what happens is she has the ability to live through some of the experiences that like a lot of her other personalities have done. So like for instance, one of her personalities is a movie star, but she's a kung fu movie star. So like in order for her to do that, she had to go through kung fu training. So she can literally access her memories, and now she knows how to do kung fu and stuff like that. And then like
sounds like my superpower.
Kind of. But then like also like, you know, like she can't swim, but there's a universe where she's an Olympic swimmer and stuff like that. So like not only does she do that, but she experiences those feelings of like what, like how did she get here?
Right.
And it's like, you know, so she like
the possibilities are endless.
Because possibilities are endless.
So many different timelines. You could literally be like, I don't know how to use a gun.
I don't want to spoil.
Use a gun somewhere.
I don't want to spoil what some of these timelines are because like they're absolutely hilarious in there. Because it's like they do go to like some. There's one where like she's just like a piñata,
right, and
stuff like that. And it's like I'm telling you, like there's one where she's just like a rock and stuff like that. And it's like I'm telling you, it sounds dumb. It's so beautiful. Like
I'm so stable right now.
Where it's just like, oh, like it's so peaceful being a rock. Like nobody needs you to do anything and stuff like that. I can't
pick you up and skip you across the wall.
I can't get into it, but it's like I said, I laughed super loud in it. I cried a couple of times in this movie because like what it eventually comes down to is just like the idea of family and like the idea of like these are the choices that like you made, and it's like while it like you didn't turn out to be the best version of yourself. Because like you made certain decisions, stuff like that, but like that doesn't mean that you can't be happy because you aren't the best version of yourself. Because the version of yourself is a person that you really should love because like those are choices that you made and it's your experiences.
Insert cold bar.
But it's like I want you guys to watch it, especially too like as parents, because like she has a daughter in there and it's like there's a lot to do with that like as well. And I was just like, I could like there was a point where like they did something and I literally put my hands up. I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this movie, man. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna see it again, like in the theaters. Like that's how good it was. Like I know that there's someone I'm gonna have to talk into seeing it, and I'm like, I'll see it with you, like just as a reason so I can see it again. Like it was that good. Like it was that good. So everything, everywhere, all at once. Beautiful movie. full price it. It's probably like as of right now, it's probably like my number one movie of the year. That's yes over Spider-Man, stuff like that. Like that's how what you call it. How good I thought this movie was.
I'm glad that you shared that because it takes a lot for me to go to the movie.
Yeah,
it does because I'd be like, I don't want to waste my money and not if it's not action or something like
that. So there is quite
a
bit of action in this movie too, and it's like, but they balance it well. It's like it's not like a John Wick movie type of deal, and they build the characters up so well that like when you see a certain character do something, you're like, yo, let's go, let's go, I can do that. Like I'm telling you, I'm just like, yo, this is my guy. Great. And it's like I really wish. Oh, this is what I really wanted to tell you. The husband in the movie, right? I was like, I don't know who this man is, but he is my favorite character in this entire movie, and I need him in more stuff. I IMDb him. You want to know who he is? Ooh. He's Short Round and the Asian kid from the Goonies as an adult. No. That's who he is. I was like I literally, I was like, yo, no way. He crushes it in this movie, and I was like, whatever this man is in, I was like, I'm gonna watch it. Like he's like, he kills it.
Like, I don't know if you watched last pod, babe, but my culture gym was the first one that was like an all white cast with no black people. It
was the Goonies.
But the one, but the one person in there that was a minority was the Asian kid, which is who he's talking about, who was in this movie.
Yeah, and I was like, I didn't know the entire movie, and then like as I look at it, I was like, what has he been doing all these years? Because it's like this dude's amazing in this movie. Because it's I can't get into it because I don't want to talk about
traps.
When you watch this movie, we can get into the spoiler talk because like I honestly don't want to spoil anything. I want people to go in with like the expectation that it's going to be good, but like I don't want them to know anything that is coming out. I want them to think about the meaning of it. I want them to watch it and get their own experience from that. Okay. But like I think. I can't think of a person. I can't think of a person that wouldn't enjoy it.
Goonie in it. I'm so.
That's all it took.
That's all it took.
You're gonna know her pops.
With that.
Her pops is a guy. I think his name is like Jimmy Hong. Mm-hmm. Like when you see him, it's like this dude has been in every movie as like a Japanese man and stuff like that. And you're gonna be like, oh, like that's the homie. Like I like him too.
Right.
It's like that. And the daughter is also from Crazy Rich Asians, and she was in Shang-Chi as well. Like, do you remember like the rich friend in Shang-Chi? Like they go to like the things with. And they're you guys are like, she's the daughter in the movie. So it's like, I was like, oh, the Crazy Rich Asians, Shang-Chi, and now we're in everything. I was like, yo, keep it going.
I like how that looked like a kung fu movie.
Yeah. I was like, yo, as much as I want like Black Hollywood to stick together, stuff like that, I was like, oh, I'm down with this Asian Hollywood chart too. I was like, y'all keep making these fire movies. I'm going to be watching them.
That's what's up.
So,
all right.
I was really excited to get to that topic. I was like, we could end the pod right now. And I was like, all I wanted to do was get everybody to watch this movie.
Yeah, I should give my homie some credentials there. Put him in the credits at the end. He'll be so happy. Just say Joey in big words. He doesn't even have to say nothing.
If you do watch the movie, make sure you comment and let me know like what you thought of it. Was I wilding and is the movie actually trash and like you thought it was buns or like whatever? Because apparently Morbius is good to some people too. It's like I've gotten a lot of like, you didn't like Morbius, bro? Not at all.
The trailer was trash.
So, like, you could watch the trailer and be like, I saw the movie. It's the same thing.
Right.
So like,
right. All right. Well, do you want to get over to this hardwood check-in?
We can cross all over.
Did I mention how I feel like we got like a double dragon feel going here? You see a little blue on it, got a little hint of red.
Look, see that little, what is it, Billy Lee and Jimmy Lee?
Hey. Double impact.
No, not as double dragon.
That's double dragon, right?
Yeah, double impact is my dad's boxing name.
And it's also a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
It is a Jean-Claude Van Damme.
It's one of the first movies where I was just like, Jean-Claude had a twin? Like, no, it's me. You
got suckered in like that? Oh, man.
Like, this double looks so much like him.
Where'd they get to? Lindsay Lohan. Parent Trap looking.
All right, so go ahead and take this first one, man. Because I did not know about this. This is actually pretty crazy.
So to strengthen his MVP case, Nikola Jokic, just last night with I think he had another triple-double, became the first player in NBA history to get 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists in one season.
Out of control.
And it's like to come from the center position is even crazier.
So where I misread was that I seen all of that, and I was just like, oh, okay, he's on pace for whatever. I did not know it was for this season.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like they were like doing numbers like in this month over his career or something like that. You know what I mean? So I just like, sometimes when they inflate numbers like that, I know some guys are just really number guys and they just love throwing numbers out there to say this, he was the first. Yeah. But when I seen in a season, I was just like, this is nuts. So it's no way anybody's going to win the MVP at this point.
It's just like, so like I looked at it and I was like, you trying to tell me like LeBron didn't do this or like Mike didn't do this or Wilt didn't do this. And like, I was also like, wow, only 2,000 points. But I was like, really thinking about it. I was like 82 games. I was like, if you average like 30 points, I was like, yeah, like if you're like a Kevin Durant or somebody like that, like you're probably closer to like 2,500 points in the season. Mm-hmm. But like 2,000 points is a lot of points. And it's like, he's 8th in the league of scoring this year or stuff like that. So it's like, and like I said before, I think he's 8th in assists, 8th in scoring, 2nd in rebounding, and all this other stuff. It's like, like, come on, man. And he's doing it without Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. And like, I think they're 6th in the West right now. Like, it looks like the guy to me.
Yeah, it's impressive, man. You think about a high school kid, they try to get their 1,000 points. Like that's a milestone. Yeah. Over a course of 4 years.
That's what I say. They get their 1,000 points in their like junior year. Or something like
junior, senior year. Sometimes it's like over a course of 4 years. Of course, like the season is shorter. It's like almost like a little over
20 games.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, so you figure like 20, 60, 80, 100. Like you're probably playing 100 to 200 plus games, depending on how far your team goes and your given basketball season. But it's just like 2,000 points is no slouch.
Not at all.
It's no slouch by any means, man. To get that done in the season, especially I know he hasn't played every game this season, so it's like
he missed a couple, but like not many. He missed a couple.
It's like that joint is definitely impressive. It's almost like he was like, "Oh, y'all still considering somebody else? All right, let me show you where I'm at with it."
So like, I think when most people do MVPs, like they always say like, what would this team look like without this player? And they'd be like, oh, like what do the Nuggets look like without Jokic? Like they'd be like one of the 3 or 4 worst teams in the league or something like that. OKC. I usually look at it. I'm like, if you traded Jokic for one of these other players, like what does this team look like? So like, for instance, if you traded Jokic for Embiid, do the Nuggets get better and the 76ers get worse? Or do the Nuggets get worse and the 76ers get better because Jokic is on the team?
The Sixers become the best team in the East.
If you traded Giannis for Jokic, like do the Bucks become better or do the Nuggets become better?
The Bucks become the best team in the East.
That's what I mean. And it's like, to me, that makes you the most valuable.
But the Nuggets do, because what he does for the Nuggets is
he runs the entire offense.
Right.
Like, right. Well, at least like Giannis, like, yeah, he gets his stuff off, and it's like, don't get me wrong, like, I still think Giannis, I think he's over Embiid. Like, I'm my point now where I'm at with it. But it's just like he has Drew Holiday, he has Chris Middleton, and like these other guys who run the offense for him as well. Where it's like Jokic is like legit, like he's running the game from the post, or like sometimes he brings the ball down and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, from a center position, and it's like some of the guys he's playing were G leaguers, and it's just like, yo, man, like that's to me, that's where my vote would be headed.
And going into the playoffs, I think we talked about this already. Murray should be coming back soon.
Yep. I think not this next episode, but maybe the episode after, like maybe when you come back.
Has he started shooting around yet?
Murray?
I always ask that. It was like, yeah, like
I haven't heard
like
any
little pre-game warm-ups or something like that.
I haven't heard.
So Kawhi has been.
Yes, he has.
But it's just like he didn't want no footage of it or something like that. Yeah. Like he's not doing it at the game. He's doing it like in the gym.
Yeah, private practice stuff.
Right.
But I think that we have to start talking about our all NBA picks. Because like one of the big conundrums that people are running into is like for the all NBA, like the way it's been its entire existence is there's 2 guards, there's 2 forwards, and then there's a center. So like right now, if Embiid and Jokic are your top 2 guys, does that mean Jokic or Embiid has to drop to the all NBA second team?
Wow, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so like that's what I mean. Is like so then like does Jason Tatum as a forward make it over?
Jokic is not a center.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, he's a center. Then
Embiid.
Embiid is a center too.
That's what I mean. Because it's like Giannis is automatically there.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like we'll get into that. Like I said, like
change to a forward before the season ends. So hurry up.
I've been looking forward to the NBA. Look at
that team would be disgusting.
With both of them on the same team.
The 3 of them.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
There's a team like I was doing it like a couple years ago where it's like it was the most insane all NBA first team like I'd ever seen. Where it was like Steph Curry, LeBron, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis like at the time, and then it was like either Kobe or James Harden. It was like the most. I was like, this is the craziest all NBA first team I've seen in forever.
It's a good segue that you brought up to AD though, because
how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah, LA is looking for potential shooters. It might be an AD trade.
Before we even get to the AD trade, did you hear that the Hornets might be a front runner for Russell Westbrook?
Yes, I did hear that. And Jordan is big on wanting him there.
So my question is, why?
I don't understand why, especially considering this man LaMelo's been on a tear the last 3 games.
Absolutely.
Through the legs, alley-oops off the glass.
He's making sure they make it to the playoffs.
Smoked the Bulls while his brother was sitting on the bench dressed in plain clothes. Like, I do not like this. It's like, yo, he's been going crazy. I think Jordan would be an idiot to bring Russ over.
I don't
even
know.
Don't need to sell tickets because LaMelo and Bridges and that young crew. Like when you have a young crew like that is popping, people want to come and watch. So ticket sales is not going to be an issue.
Could someone like a LaMelo reactivate Russell Westbrook? Like, he's going to be running the break with him and doing a lot of that type of stuff. He's going to be running the offense a little bit more.
Yes, but because Russell's going to want the ball in his hand, because if he goes there, I got to prove the haters wrong. This has to be my redemption season. And all of that sacrifices what Melo is doing on the team now, and he becomes less of Melo as he becomes more of his old Westbrook self.
Or this could be the time where he starts to rewrite his narrative, where it's like everybody says I can't play off the ball or I'm too ball dominant. This is my chance to prove that I can play off the ball, not be ball dominant. And it's like, because I don't have to worry about it because I know LaMelo is going to get me the ball if I'm in the position I need to be in to get it.
The only way that works is if Westbrook doesn't come in saying this is my chance to prove, and he's in his mind is saying this is probably my last chance
to prove.
No, not to like have a basketball career.
Because this is that his he'll be at the end of his contract, so he's going to be playing for his next contract.
Because if he does go to the Hornets and things don't go well, he could potentially see himself not on an NBA team.
He'll be on some team, but he'll be on a bench for like $3 million, like the same way they do Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, but it's like
that's not the way you want to go out.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't go from making history a few years ago to just being somebody's bench player. Like,
tell that to AI. Tell that to Derrick Rose. Tell that to like a lot of these guys. Like,
yeah,
that's normally how these guys fade out.
Yeah.
So it's like right now, it's like kind of like your dress rehearsal to see like what are you going to be for the rest of your life,
right,
or the rest of your career. I should say.
I'm hoping it works out for him, man.
Of course, man. Like, yo, I always got love for the Brody.
I like the way the young Hornets team looks, and I don't think you need to throw any OGs over there.
I just think that they hate big men. I'm like, why do you guys have so many point guards on this team?
Yeah, Montrezl Harrell.
Why do you guys have so many point guards on this team? Like,
I don't know, man.
Montrezl Harrell has done nothing but get technicals.
Jordan loves guards, man.
Hey, man.
Maybe they get Chet in the draft this year.
That would be what you call it. I don't think that they're what you call it. They're about to make the play-in tournament though. He's not going to drop to them.
You never know.
I think I do enough of that. Unless they trade something crazy for him.
Think about some, what you call it? His contract's coming up due. Mitchell Robinson. I don't think he's going to stay in New York.
You keep trying to plug Mitchell Robinson. You keep trying to plug these Knicks in the stuff.
Man. I love Money Mitch, man, but I don't think he's hanging around, man.
Who would be interested in, like, with the way this season has gone, who would be interested in Anthony Davis? Or is he one of those guys where it's like, everybody would like Anthony Davis for the right price?
So you know when it pops up, they always have pictures of that person in other jerseys.
Right.
So the jerseys I've seen him in were the Bulls.
Okay.
The Knicks.
Of course.
The Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
And the Celtics.
Okay.
If
a lot
I'm
of those.
Thinking of those 4 teams, the strongest candidate I'm thinking is the Celtics.
What are they going to give up for him?
I don't know.
Because the Lakers are giving Anthony Davis away for chump change. You're not giving us Marcus Smart and Time Lord. Like that's not. We're not doing that.
So the deal breaker is it's gonna you have to choose between Jalen and Tatum. One of those guys have to go to.
I wouldn't give up either of those two for Anthony Davis.
I would not either.
I kind of think the Warriors one is a little bit more either feasible.
Who do the Warriors give up?
Will you view Wiseman, Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, and some draft picks?
No.
That's not doing it? That's not moving the needle for the Lakers, or it's not moving the needles for the Warriors?
For the Lakers.
Okay. If somebody, because you know what they're going to do? If you take Anthony Davis, you guys got to take Taylor Horton-Tucker and his contract too. That's what they're going to do is like, so like, yeah, we're going to eat probably not getting the most talent back, but it's like, we're going to get some of this cap space back because we're paying this man $9 million a year to average like 6 points. Like we're not doing that.
Right. And then they get to bring somebody else in.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is like, I don't know who would do it. Maybe I'm trying to think of a team that's an actual contender. I like the Bulls one, but I'm like, I like Vucevic too. It's like, so like, and I feel like if we're doing that, we have to give you Vucevic and a young piece, like a Kobe White.
I think Vucevic was a good pickup for them a year ago. But I think after adding Lonzo and DeMar, the offense has sped itself up.
Caruso too.
The offense has sped itself up, and these boys are playing basketball really fast. And I feel like Vucevic is not keeping up.
He's been like a key piece. Like everybody else has missed time. He's been the one that's always been there.
Oh yeah.
But the lineup's changed around him.
Yeah, but that's when it gets to become centered around him as guys are out. But when they're all on the court together, I just feel like it's a lot of Lonzo, it's a lot of DeMar, and it's not a lot of Vucevic. It's kind of like almost like his rebounds go up, his assists go up, but his points are dropping.
I feel you.
I don't know if those numbers are correct, but that's just like watching the game. It just seems like he's not as active because these boys is playing the game super fast. It's like he gets a rebound and kicks it out. Zach LaVine, sorry for not bringing up Zach LaVine, but it's like all three of those guys can run, shoot, and jump really high.
You said shoot really good. Shoot.
Right. It's like
was that your Drake like UK?
Yes. It's like the brothers just taking off. Like Vucevic's like, yo, bro, I'm not running down the court. Somebody's about to dunk this ball. We back.
Kind of like Kareem in the Winning Time show.
Ooh.
What was that?
Ooh. Which was a good episode because Kareem turned around. I love it. But yeah.
I'm gonna get my 30 and 10, and we're gonna get the dunk.
Best part ever. He's like, let me see the stats. He was like
30 and 10. Son of
a. So the last thing I wanted to talk about Hardwood Classic was prediction.
Okay. Of
who do you think is going to be in the NBA Finals?
Man.
Yep. Right now, pick one East team, one West team.
I can't see anybody right now beating the Suns, so I think the Suns are automatically in there.
You're on the same page with that one.
If I'm going in the East,
I knew this is where we was gonna go different ways.
Because like I said, like I'm not big on the Heat. I think that the Raptors are kind of scary, but it's like I don't think that they have enough to go all the way. I don't like Brooklyn. I think it's got to be Milwaukee, right? Because it's like who's really messing with them? It's like maybe Philly, but it's like they have a ton of question marks as well. And it's like I feel like whoever it is, I don't know if they got that smoke for Phoenix anyways.
Right. So yeah, definitely. So I know you hate when I do this. I'm definitely on the fence.
Oh my God.
I am gonna pick.
I
am gonna pick. It's just like I really want to go with the Sixers.
Okay.
But it depends on like James Harden's health.
I just don't think they're deep enough.
I don't think they have to be. To get out of the East, I don't think you have to be. I think the Suns are gonna beat whoever gets there. It's just crazy.
Barring injury.
Barring injury. But it's just like if James Harden stays healthy and he's like James that can get through a 7-game series, I don't think there's anybody in the East that can beat them, like even without having the reserves. But like, I have to go with the Bucks. I think because Giannis just looks like he's transitioning. Like every last game of the season, as they're getting closer to the playoffs, I just feel like every game he's putting on a different armor. Like he's collecting bodies. He's just like
Thanos in there.
This man's like the Mandalorian. It's just like gathering mad metal. He's like, make me some elbows. Like kink is like, give me a 3-point shot. Kink is like because the other night I don't even know what game it was, but it's like, you know how he used to rush shots and like he would knock down crazy looking threes. Like this man was on the wing, dribbled the ball, look. I was like, yo, this brother's like, I don't know, man. And
that boy, they're good.
One of the biggest things for me was like Giannis has to develop a jump shot. Like all that bullying to the rack is nice and dunking on people, but it's just like once you start extending yourself from the rim and hitting shots, it makes it that much more easy to get to the basket and dunk on people because now they don't know if you're going to shoot or not. Like, don't let them pack the paint on you. It's like, I still feel that's why they won the championship. And this is why the Bucks look crazy because him shooting the ball well just makes them that much more of a dangerous team. So.
I always look at it like, because especially when it comes to the playoffs, like matchups are the most important thing. And it's like, who do you have an answer for? And like, when you think about Brooklyn, it's like they got Drew Holiday for Kyrie. They got Middleton and Giannis to throw at KD. And then it's like, who's your third person after that? Seth Curry? And it's like, we got some people for him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got that thing on me too. He will get clapped. And then it's like, when it comes to Philly, we could put Giannis on Embiid. We could put Drew on.
Yeah, that Giannis Embiid is the game.
Yeah. And it's like the last 2 times they've done it, Giannis has won that matchup, and he's let him know. He's like, yeah, you can get your little points off, but it's like, yo, this fourth quarter, I locked this down.
Right.
And that's all there is to it.
Right.
So I was like, that's kind of where I'm at with that.
Okay. All right.
Did you have something for home cooking?
It's real quick. If you want to sing it real quick, it's not nothing crazy.
You want me to speed through it like this? A Smart Codes version?
That would be like,
home again. I was like, I'm not gonna do that. Do you think about me now and then? Do you think about me now and then? Cause I'm coming home again. It's time for some home cooking. Whipping nasty and over raising. And Lulu's over there listening.
Did you have that ready?
No.
Top of the dome?
That's not, that was good. Oh man, that looked like a monkey butt.
Top 5.
I was like, damn, my hair's thinning?
Just because you're a visitor today doesn't mean that you do not have to still watch this pod. All right, need that viewership.
I would say I lived it,
right?
Because I rewatch it even though we do it.
Right. So the Nathan Bell case, sentencing was supposed to happen yesterday. I haven't heard anything.
It was not good.
But I did hear that sentencing might potentially be delayed, and they were looking for like some house arrest for the officers potentially, and what happens there, I don't know. So I'm pretty sure I'll probably hear something midweek or maybe after that, but I don't know. I don't know where this goes to, man. I don't like the whole delaying of the sentencing and the possibility of house arrest. It's just like, if that was anybody else that was not them, they would have got smoked already. You know what I mean? So
we're gonna have top 5.
I feel like, and I'm hoping not, but it's just like, because you hate to see stuff like this, but I feel like somebody's gonna get a slap on the wrist, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Well,
I don't want to talk about it.
Did you want to tackle this Blitz subject, or did you just want to go straight to Overweight Lovers?
No, we can bring it up real quick. You don't have to get out my way. Watch out as I come through.
Right.
So like press the numbers and do.
Go ahead. I thought you were gonna finish it.
When I bring the pain,
what you go
clean out your locker. I'm out to get you. When I got my palm in my hand, some more John Madden.
Yeah.
All right. These young kids keep doing.
Who's Debo Samuels?
I was supposed to say Debo and it auto-corrected it. Debo Samuels.
How did you get here? Nobody's supposed to be. Deborah Cox unfollowed the 49ers.
Yeah, so this is the new young boy wave, man. If I'm mad and I don't want to be somewhere, I'm unfollowing you on social media.
Yeah.
And it usually leads to somebody not being where they are. This past couple of days, I don't know if it was Thursday or Friday, but Debo Samuels officially unfollowed the Niners.
Where'd you get this from? Because like this is the first time I heard it when I saw it on the script.
Oh man, I'll have to.
I don't want us to get April Fooled again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that was terrible. But yeah, so while I find out exactly where there it goes.
Raiders notice suspicious Instagram activity from Debo Samuel mid-row. Well, of course, all right, so your algorithm, your FBI agent is really directing all things towards the Raiders. Because like, why is this around the Raiders at all?
It's supposed to. Look, CBS Sports. He removes pictures, unfollows team on social media.
I was really hoping that this was going to be unsubstantiated. And it's like, now that like I'm seeing this stuff, I'm like, I really don't want Debo to go anywhere. I like Debo Samuel. I like the Raiders.
The Niners are turning into the Packers because this is like their third key player they would lose.
Mostert.
They lost Mostert. Jimmy G's lost to injury, so they have a quarterback issue.
He got hurt. They got Trey Lance.
They do have Trey. You're right. My bad.
They were gonna move. They were moving towards him anyways.
I feel like they lost someone on defense though. I would have to look at.
That's possible. For some reason, like defensive players go from being like all pro to like bench player, like in seasons like mad quick.
They got to do a lot of work, bro. You can't touch these wide receivers. You got to learn how.
I know. I'm pretty sure it was a lineman anyway. Like
tackle all the time. Like yeah, man, it's hard to stay in the league as a defensive player.
Like I think like a prime example is like Albert Hainsworth.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like like this dude's like the highest paid defensive player, then like 2 years later it's like he's being released.
He's a 69 automatic.
Yeah, exactly. It's like damn, man,
we're
moving mad crazy in this game.
Yeah, so potential suitors, definitely the Raiders. But I feel like every single team could be a suitor for Debo.
I was just about to say, I was like, let's be honest. Let's be honest. He's like what, the third best receiver last year?
Yes.
Like him, Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp. It's like no, there's no one that's not taking him.
Right. This brother is like a real life booby mouse. Like this brother can throw the ball, he can run the ball, he can catch the ball, he'll even fill up the Gatorade if you ask him to.
Just please, if this is true and he's moving, Please don't go to the Patriots.
Thank you.
Like literally go anywhere else.
That was my
I take that back. Don't go to the Patriots. Don't go to the Saints. Because like all it'll do is just ruin your career.
Please don't go to the AFC West. I do not want to see you in a Chiefs jersey. I don't want to see you in a
because like to me, like that the first place I thought I was like, who would trade for him? I was like, the Chiefs would be the team that would be like,
they're
hey,
looking to trade for a big time wide receiver. They already have DK Metcalf on their list. Debo Samuels may not be as expensive as DK, and he would fit perfectly into what is the absence of a Tyreek Hill role. So it's just like that would be scary.
I know he loved the offensive coordinator for the 49ers, who just happens to be the new head coach of the Miami Dolphins.
Oh.
And we did just get rid of Devontae Parker, freeing up some minutes.
Who was like, my dad is black?
Yeah. Not me. President's black, my Lambo black. But like I'm just saying, like a Tyreek Hill, Debo Samuel, Jalen Waddle, like receiving core sounds pretty nice. Two are just like, please somebody catch this.
Literally anybody would take Debo Samuels.
Yeah.
I don't know what draft picks we have left for this year. Give them all to the Niners for Debo Samuels.
Because of the Devontae Parker trade, the Dolphins now have 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick, 2 third-round picks in next year's draft. So we have some ammunition if you're interested. San Fran, you know, we've had a working relationship for quite some time now. We do got Raheem Mostert over here too. Like, why not?
Still need a quarterback.
I mean, that's what all those draft picks are for. So, like, you know,
I thought you was going to defend Tua. That's crazy.
I think Tua is fine. But it's like everybody like hates him. I was like, dude, like if anything, he's accurate. Like he's just like he's not gonna like sling this thing like 80 yards a game. Like he's not Patrick Mahomes. So like if that's what you're expecting, you're not getting that. But it's like I'm trying to think of like a quarterback who's like not butt cheeks, but is like
who's your number one now? Because y'all lost 2 wide receivers.
Tyreek Hill.
Oh yeah, I'm tripping. Duh.
But it's just like
is he a number one though?
Is Tyreek Hill a number one?
Yes.
He's like one of the 5 best receivers in the league. Yes, he's number one.
Okay.
He's like the best receiver of like one of the greatest offenses in NFL history. I but it's like, what's the difference between
a lot
like
of weapons around to get him that space though? Like he's gonna need some
just help. Travis Kelce.
He's gonna need some help.
You got what you got? You got Raheem Mostert. You got Chase Edmonds. You got Jalen Waddle. Like there's Mike Gesicki.
I like Jalen. Jury's still out on Gesicki, man. He's up and down. I know I have him on my fantasy team, bro. You don't have you're not about to sell me on Gesicki.
Okay.
Who give me 20 points one week and then give me 2 the next week. Like, you're stop playing with me.
2 is abbreviated for Tua.
But yeah, we can segue from this, man. Debo Samuels, man, I think you would look really good in silver and black. I'm just saying, man. You come on the show, we'll be your guest.
All I'm saying is like that aqua and orange though, like that joint smacking, like that no state tax in Miami. Just say it.
It is a dope colorway. You just can't wear it all the time everywhere.
Says who?
That black and silver is transitional.
Nah, when you want to stand out, you want to wear like, you know, something that draws attention. You want that orange. You want that aqua.
But see, over here, we already understand that you're already standing out, Debo. You already are going to get the attention that you need. So you don't have to go looking for it elsewhere because we're going to give it to you over here in Vegas.
But why not go to something that you know that's familiar, like the coach that you used to have? Like, you know, he knows how to use you. He understands you. He feels you. He's like that ex that like it just didn't work out because it didn't work out. Like not because anything there was any bad blood, but it was just like, yo, but like they just got me. But it was just the wrong time in my life. It's like, so why not just go back to that? And like, because they single, like you single, like why not? It's comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
But you also want to be in a locker room that's consistent and supported with your cultural aspect and makes you feel comfortable enough to go out and play football with who you are. You don't want a coach to look you in the face and be like, I'm not black, I'm OJ.
What cultural aspect do they have for the Raiders? Because last time I checked, their coach was calling everybody M-Mobs last year. That's what the problem was.
And that's why we got rid of them, because we believe in what our players feel is important. All right. You can sit down with Derek. He'll explain it all to you. Devontae's probably already over there having dinner. I don't even think they have team dinners over in Miami.
Well, first of all, like you guys didn't get rid of him. The NFL got rid of him, and like Twitter got rid of him because like y'all kept him around for a couple of days after these emails and all this stuff's going around. And you guys made him the richest coach like in NFL history, like up to that point. So like, you know, like they're just a team like not known for making great decisions. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like at least over here, like you have like a little bit of history of like, you know, you'd be the one on the team that is the only team to ever go perfect in the Super Bowl or in a season and win a Super Bowl. Like you could do that. Be a part of that culture.
We got rid of the coach and we got rid of Richie Incognito because we knew that it wasn't good for our team.
After we got rid of him first.
And you don't want to play for logic.
Why not? Why not? It'd be a logical decision in my opinion. Like that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I said it. Take that laugh back. Take that laugh back.
Man. All right, we've spent too much time on that. That was pretty good.
Party in the city when the heat is
like
on, all night on the beach to the break of dawn. Welcome to Miami, Envenimo, Ami.
Yes, he just helped us out because you see how that life is going for the person who sung that song. So
last time I checked, that person just won an Oscar for what we'll call it for best actor. So I'll say, what is the last like Las Vegas Raider thing that happened, or anybody from Las Vegas that did anything?
Everything literally happens in Vegas.
No, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
And literally everything happens in Vegas.
Apparently wins stay in Vegas too, because like nobody else sees those. You ready to move on now? What's it called?
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. We beat the Dolphins last year and had more wins than y'all, so I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
I think we had the same amount of wins, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope, we had one more. That's why we made the playoffs.
One more in their easier division, the one that just is now the toughest division in football. So you want him to go against
that one
those guys?
More win is the win we had over you. So I don't know what you're saying.
You're right about that. You know what I'm saying? But like we building a different culture over here. Like, we did what you got the Patriots, we kind of swept them under the rug, so they're kind of done. The Jets are the Jets; they're always going to be done. So it's like it's really just us and the Bills. So it's like unless you want to go over there and like if Debo, if you want to go over there and beat Dame Lillard and like try to live through the struggle, like go ahead and do that. Or like you come here where it's like it's a little bit easier. That's also a lot of people here are a lot easier on the eyes, and like the weather's a lot easier. It's a lot easier on your bank account. Like why not just live it easy? Because you've had it tough, and we just want to make sure that you're comfortable. And that everything is just going good for you because like those are part of the 4 C's of commitment. You know what I mean?
They're not going to make sure you're comfortable, bro. You know why? Because they're going to try to take away what you do with the guy that they already got who does what you do.
We want you to do that you do.
You and Devontae will go together just well because you do 2 different things, but you both do them greatly, which makes success. You can't have 2 wheels on one side of the car and nothing on the other. It doesn't work that way.
But don't they only have 2 wheels over there in Vegas? So like, was he riding a bicycle? We over here, we try to put him in the SUV. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Like a luxury vehicle,
a motorcycle, Ducati style, blowing through traffic.
Speaking of blowing through traffic, you want to talk about that with the Raiders? Are you sure that's the route you want to go down? Because we don't have it to the last guy.
So we'll segue. This was tripping, man. Oh, it's still too soon.
It is.
It's still too soon.
It is.
All right, so we'll get into this heavyweight lovers. That was a good little tennis match, though. I appreciated the back and forth.
I mean, if you say so. Somebody say it was an ACE.
Dirty love, my way.
It's 40 love if you want to get the dub.
No.
So that's the thing is you're calling the game. You're calling the game before it gets there. You only halfway there.
I'm already celebrating.
It's like the Falcons.
I'm already celebrating my win.
I mean, you can count your chickens before you hatch if you like, but it's just like that's how you end up.
They still gonna hatch.
No, that's not what happens. It's like they're not ready, and that's how you get salmonella. That's how that happens.
No. So if you want to get counting the chickens before you hatch is assuming that they're all gonna hatch and be chickens, whether they live or they die. I still got chickens. I don't hear. I'm optimistic out here.
The whole point of the analogy is you're saying that these eggs and these chickens are there, but it's like they haven't hatched yet, so you don't know if they're gonna be chickens. They could not be anything. So why are you assuming that they're gonna be something when they're not nothing yet?
Because I'm positive.
But you can't be. But you can't be because you know why? Because you can't see inside because there's a shell. So you'll never know.
Doesn't matter. I'm grateful.
You have to count the chickens after they hatch because then that's how you know that they're chickens.
For the shell. And I'm grateful for whatever chickens come afterwards.
What you won't do for love.
I apologize.
You tried everything, but you won't give up.
You definitely tried everything. Oh, what's the little burn at the end? All right. So the connection and a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about on the I don't want to keep calling it them.
This is your what you call it. This is your subject. So like let me set you up.
Okay.
So I would say like it's what you call it. It's Sunday. So as we know, we like to do a little back and forth and we split the time between the two of us. And as the married one, you do more relationship based topics. So like as your week, you decided that you wanted to tackle like the 5 love languages. Mm-hmm. And before we did that, all 3 of us took the love language exam to figure out. You scratch your head like you didn't do it the whole time. You
no, I did.
Okay, all right. So like we all took the test to see what our love languages were. I think we all had assumptions of what our love languages were before we did it. So I don't know if you want to go through first and explain what the 5 different love languages are, and then we could talk about our results, and then wherever you wanted to navigate.
Yeah. So everything wraps up in communication. You know, a lot of the stuff that I talked about is being able to effectively communicate within your marriage, making sure that you're having those tough conversations, especially making sure that you're having those conversations before you go to bed so you don't go to bed angry, all that stuff, right? So, and having those conversations, you have to know how to communicate through whatever language your partner communicates best through. And that's where you get the 5 love languages from. All right. Lulu, feel free to jump in whenever you want to if I'm not on this topic.
Lulu, do you know what the 5 love languages are?
By heart.
So there's quality time.
Okay.
Quality time.
Physical touch.
Physical touch.
Acts of service.
Acts of service.
Receiving gifts.
Receiving gifts.
And words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
Okay, so I'll tell you what these are.
Do we want to play a quick game first?
Uh-oh.
I was like, you know what I'm saying? We got a husband and wife right here. You guys both just took the exams. You guys know what your scores are. Do you want to try and guess what your partner's 5 love languages are in order from there to see how close you are?
Ooh,
to see how well you know your partner?
Well, so the only problem with this is, right, because this is like our second or third time taking this test. Okay. And what we have found is that they change.
Of course.
So just as a relationship evolves and grows, like you become different persons in that relationship or in that season. My wife loves saying that this is that season. Okay. You know, for this season, this might be how I'm feeling in the marriage, and it may be different in another season, you know. But if I were to go in order with my wife,
let's see. He's gonna do you first, so that means you gotta let him go.
Yeah, so I give her some time. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's no wrong thing here. All right?
There's no wrong thing.
All right.
Like, it's not a big deal. Like unless he gets it like completely opposite, then it would be catastrophic.
No, I mean you're gonna score like in each love language. So obviously you need all 5 love languages, but it's your primary and then your secondary and then your least.
Yeah. So one of the best things about this website is like it kind of gives you like a percentage.
Yes.
Of each of them and stuff like that.
Correct.
I will say on mine, one of my percentages was 0.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Let me try to guess. So yours is.
Are you guessing all of mine, or you just guessing?
No, I'm just guessing the one you got a 0 on.
Okay.
Acts of service.
Incorrect.
Nope. I'm going words of affirmation.
Incorrect.
No, Joel, but the way Joel's been talking, you like words of affirmation. You like.
I feel like
touch.
he gives words of affirmation.
But if you listen to, I don't know how many pods ago, like maybe the Christmas time, Joel likes when people pay attention.
Right. That's why I didn't go with receiving gifts, because if you
does, because he says when it comes to gift giving, you should know me well enough.
Right.
So he does expect that if he's gonna get a gift, you should know him well enough. So in our relationship, that's expected. So but we're trying to guess his 0.
Yeah, you're trying to guess my 0.
Is it receiving gifts?
It is receiving gifts. Wow. It's my 0.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think I'm a good receiver of gifts, and it's because like I'm not used to receiving gifts. And it's when you're not used to receiving gifts like that, it's a hard. And then when you get the gifts, it's usually not a gift that is as thoughtful or anything as you would like. So then it's just like, oh, like, thanks for giving me like this thing that like I guess now I have to say thank you for this thing that like I don't either want or like doesn't really speak to me like at all.
Okay.
But like that's
I'm gonna try this.
You gotta give it a shot.
Okay. All right. I got my.
Are you gonna go 5 to 1 or 1 to 5?
I'm gonna go. Wait, which one's the least?
Well, number 1 is like that's your
highest.
Yeah, highest. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go highest to lowest.
Okay.
Highest to low. Okay, so I'm set up.
All right. Are you gonna tell me no as I say them, or is
yes?
All right.
Or should I wait? What do you? Because I'm not writing this down. So
no, you don't have to. All right. Okay. So the first one I'm gonna say is words of affirmation.
Do you have any answer?
Yes. I thought you just said you was. No?
No.
All right. So if it's not words of affirmation, it is quality time.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Then words of affirmation.
No.
What? My wife is confident. I love it.
She said no.
Okay.
So remember, I just want to let you know.
No, because you got to throw me off. I don't want to know anything.
All right.
Yeah, don't cheat it. Because I know it changes. So I'm trying to see how it changes. I know.
So we know quality time is number 1.
Quality time, physical touch.
Yes.
Okay.
Receiving gifts.
Nope.
Oh, I was gonna go with acts of service. Acts of service. So, and then receiving gifts, and then words of affirmation.
Correct.
Dang.
Yes.
I was gonna go that way. All right. You want to try or no?
No.
Yeah,
now you
come on. I didn't do terrible. I love that. All right.
So it was like, what you call it? So her last one was words of affirmation, right? But you thought it was the first one.
Season change.
Yeah. But I think also situations have changed. Where it's like, because it seems like quality time seems to be the number one. And is it because like you feel like your guys' quality time has been stretched between other people, and it's like you want more quality time with just the two of you?
No, I think what it was is.
Wait, so these are my answers that you guessed on. So this is where I'm at.
Okay.
So in this season that I am now, quality time is important to me because I work full time. I'm going to school full time. I still take care of the kids. You know, when he's doing half the kids on this side of town, I'm doing half the kids on this side of town. So and he works 10 jobs. So our time now.
Looks like a Jamaican.
Insert a living color episode here.
So our time now, to me, now in this season is valuable. Where before I used to take it for granted. I'm like, we're just here, we're chilling. But now sitting down watching a movie means something to me.
Yeah, you feel a little stretch a little thin. And it's like you just want to be refocused and treated like a lady.
That's it.
Just want to be his wife.
That's
it. That's why we're getting on a plane.
Hey.
First class.
All right, your turn.
So I kind of cheated. I already know your first one is words of affirmation.
Hey, okay. She got a free space on the bingo card.
Next is physical touch.
Nope.
Gifts.
Nope.
Acts of service.
Nope.
Wait a minute. I said words of affirmation is one.
Yeah.
Quality time.
Yeah.
Which seems to be very high for the both of you. So it seems like we're kind of on the same page.
All right. So
this is why we fly first class.
Quality time, physical touch.
Yes.
Gifts.
Yes.
Acts of service.
Yes.
Not too bad.
Not too shabby at all.
I think you missed the quality time, not because like you didn't think that was his, but just because you thought you already used it.
Right.
And it was like,
that's why I was like, wait, there's only 5. So I know my boo in this season.
Yeah. So the reason we did this is because if you don't know, for one, what your spouse's love language is, then you could be communicating to them in the wrong way. Or in your eyes, you could think that you are communicating the right way, but they're not receiving nor reciprocating anything back to you because it's almost like you're speaking a foreign language. All right. Even more importantly, just as we've shown through different seasons, that love language could change. So you have to change the way you communicate as well. And if you're not willing to go that far to take those steps, then you can always not be on the same page, which is going to cause strife and it's going to cause issues because you're not communicating effectively. I was super excited about this because I know it was something that my wife was really happy about. Like she brought it to me and it was just like, I was like, are we taking a little Facebook test? Like, this is so whack. But then we started I did the test, to validate what my wife was bringing to the table, and it became something fun. And it was just like when we took the first test, it actually was super accurate, and it was like pretty dope. And the stuff that wasn't accurate, it gave us something to talk about, and it just sparked that conversation of stuff that is there that you may not know is there, and now you get to have the conversation about it. So it just helps to strengthen the relationship even more. All right. I do want to talk about each one.
I was just about to ask if you wanted to run through them.
Yeah. So the first one is words of affirmation. So if we don't know what that is, it's just like being able to hear where your spouse is coming from and then verbally reciprocate that back to them. So my wife just says she works full time. She's in school full time. She takes care of the boys. Like me coming home and saying like, hey, babe, I really appreciate, you getting the boys to soccer practice, or I appreciate the fact that I know you were in work all day and you had some homework to do, but you made dinner. Like I was planning on coming home to make dinner and you did, babe, you're fabulous. Like you're the bomb. Like literally like the same way you would compliment a shorty in the bar when you're trying to court her or bag her, is like, you should never stop the courting. There should always be courting in your relationship. Those words of affirmation go a long way. And it's not just a female thing. Like if I'm out and I'm working, or like she said, working 10 jobs, and I come home and she's just like, babe, I appreciate you. Like you do so much for our family and we have this, that, and the third because of the sacrifices that you are making. Those are words of affirmation. It's just like, it makes you feel like everything that you're doing is not falling on deaf ears. It's not being unseen. All right. Anybody want to add anything to that?
I just think that's important, And not saying that it makes you less of a man, but for a female's point of view, if her words of affirmation, if her love language is words of affirmation, sending those texts throughout the day can make her day. Texts throughout the day can make her day.
I was like, text sounds about right.
And it goes both ways, because for me, I thought that for a while you didn't like texts. But I realized that in the moments that I would send you a text of, hey, I appreciate you, whatever, it's those moments when you needed it most to get you through the day.
Right. Because I know he'd be the type, he'd be like, look at my wife. He wish you ever like that. That's what he wants. He wants a big flex.
Right.
Or I could have a kid in the air right now and be like, bling. I'm like, she saved your life.
You may go. Walk freely. Go.
So as we're learning through these love languages, don't learn who you are. Don't feel like one love language is more than the other. But you also have to know who you are. You can't expect your spouse or your significant other to fulfill your happiness if you don't even know what makes you happy.
Yeah. And then I think like there are 5 of these for a reason too. And like we say, like it is kind of like a spectrum where it's like there's never a point in time where one of these things is 100%. Like they're always filling in each other. And it's like as just like people, like we move in waves. And it's like you said, like as you evolve and as you grow and as time moves, as experience changes, like sometimes, like usually like this is my thing, but like right now, this is what I really need. And it's like I think that's what people need to like really understand is like you might think your person is like, yo, my girl's been like this, like she's always like this. It's like, yeah, that's true, but it's like that doesn't mean that she wants them all the time. You ever get too many gifts or like you get too much stuff, you're like, all right, because things start to lose their value, and it's like you want them to be filled. Another cup, you got to make sure all the cups is filled.
Facts. So our second one is great job, everyone. Sorry.
Let's all take a second.
So our second one is quality time. Oh, I won't say second, but it's just the next one I have up is quality time. So I think where we misunderstand the term quality time is we don't emphasize the word quality, because you can spend time with somebody and it not be quality time, and you could have just wasted an hour. So for those of you who went to go see Morbius, you wasted that time of your life. You know what I mean? Like it's
not quality.
It's movie time, but it's not quality movie time, right? So that's
quality over quantity anytime.
Yes, definitely. So it's just like I could take my wife out to eat and then we go to the movies and we do all that stuff, but it could just have felt like there's times where we were like, you know what, I really don't want to go to the movies because like Joel said on one of his first dates, like you're not talking in the movies, you're not really doing it, you're watching the movie. A lot of the conversation happens afterwards, and it's like it's not really quality time because you're not interacting with each other. Like, or you go to dinner and you're spending most of your time eating and there's not really any conversation. Like when we go out to eat, like we're having like 30, 40 minutes of conversation before food even hits the table. You know what I mean?
Phones down.
Phones down. It's like literally we want to make sure that that time is quality time, because that's how you build on the relationship. That's when you still like, you can never stop learning things about your partner, especially considering that their love languages change. Why did it change? How did it change? Like what's going on in our life that we're in a different part? Like you can always continue to learn stuff from each other. And when you stop wanting to learn things about each other, then the love kind of takes the hit on that.
And then you wonder, how did we get here? Like Joel mentioned earlier, where, one person is used to giving gifts because they're like, hey, this is what he or she's always liked. But now I bought this and it's just sitting on the shelf. It's time to evaluate, the relationship and in the individual on what do you need in this season right now? What do you need from me? And whether you want to adjust or not, that it's going to let you know the quality of your relationship. If I'm telling you right now, gifts is what I need right now, and you're like, that's too expensive, I don't want to buy you dumb flowers. It's not about you. A relationship is about serving each other.
It ain't about you. Drop the mic on that one. Look at that right there. Because it's like, that's the whole point of the love language and stuff like that, right? It's like, how much are you paying attention and how much are you actually listening? Because like, I've had homies, you've had homies, where it's just like, oh man, like she's in a mood or like she's in a funk, like I'm gonna get her a watch and it'll shut her up or something like that, or like whatever. It's like I'm gonna do this or whatever. And it's like it'll work for a time where it's like, no, like you're gonna get me the new Birkin, you're gonna get me this, and it's like I'll be happy, like, oh thanks, babe. But like sometimes oh thanks. But it's like that's not what I need to get out of this thing. And it's like, how much are you truly trying to listen and pay attention? Because it's like it also costs you a lot less in your pocket for you to sit down for a couple minutes and just listen and just let them vent. Just vent about some stuff. You know what I mean? And I think like I think some people put a little bit too much emphasis on like what is quality time, where it's just like, oh, like we need to go to a fancy restaurant. We need to go here. We need to go. Sometimes it is just sitting in the living room playing Uno, watching TV, like playing dominoes, like, or just like, yo, how was your day? Then like, let's get 2 glasses of wine going and like, what's going on?
Right.
It doesn't mean quality time doesn't mean more money.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Not necessarily.
It also doesn't mean like extravagance either. It's like, oh, like I'm gonna take you to what's a Six Flags or stuff like that. Like we gotta go. We have to do stuff because like that's what we need is for people to see that like we do so much fun stuff together. Because sometimes it's the most fun when you guys are just in your pajamas and like y'all just laughing about dumb stuff.
Listen, it was like I don't know, it was maybe like a month ago. Maybe we were like trying to plan a trip to like Cocoa Keys.
Oh yeah,
like we were trying to.
Your face about that, I was like, oh, the Cocoa Keys.
Because it was like it was a long weekend, and we were trying to maximize it and trying to plan where we was going to go, looking up all types of resorts, and everything kept falling through. So we just got in the car and drove to Times Square, and had the best day ever. The best day ever in a long time. Like, and it was like.
It was like no plans. And it's like whatever you want. Like, I want to go here.
We were just literally freelancing it. We both did something that we usually like to do. And like we emphasized how interesting it was. Like she likes the Cake Boss show. And we went by Buddies and got some snacks. She was so excited. I was just like,
she's still excited.
Took a picture with the little stand-up posted and everything. You know what I mean? I found some exclusive sneakers out there. You know, I'm a sneaker guy. So she was just like, you know, I don't need any sneakers. That's not what we came out here for. You know what she did? She don't get them sneakers. You know what I mean? And then I got back and gave a pair of them to my son for his birthday. You know what I mean? And I saw a Knicks jacket out there. I was just like, yeah, I'm not yet. Guess what? I come home. She done bought the Knicks jacket. Low key. You know what I mean?
Look at you turning one love language to another love language. Like you turn some quality time into receiving gifts.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it was just like, it was a really dope situation. And it was like, we didn't try to overextend it. It was just like, it was about the time we were spending together that made it so dope. It like I said, it felt like a first date.
I think one of the best things about quality time is like a lot of times you don't realize that you're having quality time while you're doing it. Because sometimes it can be like, we have to paint the bedroom. And it's like, that's a chore. But it's like sometimes chores turn into quality times and it turns into something dope. We're cooking dinner together. It's like, this is something we need to do. We need to cook dinner. But then like, when's the last time like you guys were in the kitchen together making the same meal together?
Just the other day.
That's what I'm saying. It's like how we like
the other day.
But like it's stuff like that. But like yeah, I digress on the quality time.
Yeah, no, it's okay. So
you guys didn't ask me, but quality time did wind up being my number one. You know what I mean?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, it's okay. I'm used to it. I was like,
quality time.
Oh, are you gonna try and guess? Oh, actually, no. Like, do your thing first, because then I did have a question about the test and stuff after.
Okay, all right.
So
cool. All right, so the next one is physical touch.
Okay.
All right, so this is like, you know, so just so y'all know.
You gotta read it just so you don't go.
I'll just read it. There you go. All right. This love language isn't all about the bedroom. All right, it's a person whose primary language is physical touch. Is not surprisingly very touchy. Hugs, pats on the back, holding hands, and thoughtful touches on the arm, shoulder, or face. They can all be ways to show excitement, concern, care, or love. Physical presence and the accessibility are crucial, while neglect or abuse can be unforgivable and destructive. Physical touch fosters a sense of security, belonging in any relationship. So this used to be my number one love language was physical touch.
She said, yeah. I was tired of touching this.
And so that's why when we redid this, I was like, oh, wow. Like
growth.
Yes. Yeah.
I wouldn't even call it growth because it's not like physical touch is wrong.
Progression.
Yeah.
It's just a season.
It's like different transitions. And I think it's unique to see like where you are in the relationship and again how you got there, but it doesn't mean like in another month or 2 or 3, it may not be physical touch again. You know what I mean? Because the physical affirmation has been there, the quality time has been there. So I think the more for me, I think the more like that you get something, it helps you to accent other things that like you may have been overlooking. And I was like, all right, we got this mastered, work towards mastery. Now we're working on this. You know what I mean? So it should always, you shouldn't be stagnant. If everything just stays in that order for the entire time, it's kind of like, oh, we're watching a black and white movie, huh? It's just like, we're not going to add no color. Then you see that one person walk across the show with a purple shirt on. You're like, what is that? It's like, let's add color everywhere. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you want to make sure that you keeping it fresh. Anybody? Physical touch? No? We good?
Well, so physical touch is one of those things too. It's like you don't notice it until you're not getting it. Type of thing. Like I think a lot of people, or like I think when I show my physical touch thing, it's like it's almost like faint annoyance. It's like, yo, get off me. I see like the TikToks and stuff all the time where it's like, you know, when like your girl's in the kitchen and it's like you walk by and you don't smack her on the butt.
Yes.
And then like she listens to you like, what's the matter with me? Doing all that type of stuff. Where it's like it's one of those things. It's like, oh, like. I'm real repressed with that. That was my second lowest. You guys like that. But like it is one of those things where it's like sometimes it's just like, yo, like you all up on me type of thing. But then it's like when you not all up on me, it's like, yo, what's going on?
Right.
What's the problem with me?
Right.
Like, I get it.
Right.
Being a heavyweight gentleman, like sometimes I feel like I refrain from a lot of physical touch because like I don't want to be overbearing on you because it's like I feel like the first of all fucking heavy. Second of all, with all this heavyweight, it brings a lot of heat, and it's like I know that makes people uncomfortable. It's like, yo, like your body heat is through the roof right here. Like I laughing.
Yeah, because it's hilarious because it's like. She loves the heat because I know the extension is just like she's like, oh, it's so cold, babe. Come here. I'm like, why are you putting this ice cube on me? What are you doing?
Every woman's feet in existence is freezing, and I don't understand. It's because y'all cold hearts.
Go. No. Oh my goodness.
But it's like, yeah, like I feel like our bodies run so hot that like we heat them feet up real quick.
Oh yeah.
Like,
For that quick minute, it's like,
yeah, I was just like, oh damn, man. Sharp ass stuff.
Come on, happy feet. Dancing on the ice.
But it's like it's like I find like all the time where I'm always very concerned about like how much like weight I'm putting on you, how much like all this other stuff or whatever, and then it's like you come to find out that it's like I want you to put like more on me. I can take it. It's like, I was like, all right, let's be easy now because I don't want to end up on the news trying to explain.
All right, so our next one is receiving gifts. So I think it's literally just that, you know what I mean? But the gift doesn't always have to be a physical gift. Doesn't always have to be like roses or candy or a Birkin bag or some shoes or something like that.
Jewelry.
Right. Sometimes like that gift could be like I'm gifting love. Like I'm gonna show you some love right now. Like I'm gonna come over, give you a hug, give you a kiss, let you know how much I care about you. Like that's a gift. You know what I mean? Like if like I know there's been days like so one of my jobs is an overnight job. So if I'm working overnight, my wife is sometimes sleeping by herself. You know what I mean? So I know there'll be some days where like she may be having a tough day and I'll call into work like, hey, I'm not coming in tonight. I'm not gonna make it in. But I won't tell her. And then she'll be like, hey babe, it's time to get up. It's time for you to go to work. Like I called out. She's like, oh, why'd you call out? Because I wanted to be home with you. And it's just like, you know what I mean? I wanted not like I'm saying I'm gifting. It's not like I'm gifting you with my presence. Like I don't want to sound like
my presence is a present.
Right. You know what I mean? It's like I don't want to sound crazy like that, but it's just like in that moment I know that my wife probably needs for me to be home. So the gift is like me appreciating that and showing that through me not going to work and spending this time here. Do I want to get this couple extra dollars? Yes, because I'm gonna spend it on her and the family, but we also can be okay without it. And I need to be here for my wife, you know what I mean? So just notice like what those gifts look like, because like you said, like you're good at gift giving and keep getting back to that. But like, if you're not listening to me and you don't know what's going on, you're giving me all these whack gifts, the receiving of the gifts is just terrible. It can almost make things worse because you keep giving me these gifts that like, you're not listening. Like, this is not what I'm asking you for. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, if y'all watch White Man Can't Jump, because it was one of the cultural gems, and she was like,
if you haven't watched White Man Can't Jump, period, like, what are you doing?
She was like,
Can you
get me some water? And she was just like, I didn't want no water. All right. I wanted you to empathize instead. It's like, wanted you to find out why I was thirsty. Thank you for throwing that water in her face because she was tripping.
I was going to say, because the conversation was bananas. Because this is like, that's not how this really works.
Right.
Like, you could just say that you're bugged out right now.
But think about it. Like in the movie, he grabs a guitar. It was like, I won't bring you water when you're thirsting in bed. It's like, I'll think about you and empathize instead. You know what I mean? That was the gift. The gift was him saying, you know what? I don't get it, but I hear you. All right. And this is me showing you that I hear you. So like, you just got to understand, like, don't give gifts just to give them. Again, like, make sure you're paying attention to what the gift needs to be. I know I went a little long. I apologize.
No, that was more than fine.
Good.
I would say, you got anything for that, Lulu? Because gift giving was pretty high for you, right? It was like your third, if I'm not mistaken.
It was my fourth, actually.
Oh,
and it was low on the percentage. So
oh, okay.
What percent was it?
13%.
Mine was 10.
Yeah.
Mine was 0. Man, look at us.
Hey.
But, you know, gift giving can also just be like, you know, on your way home from work, you know, my favorite type of candy or my drink or a snack.
That's my jam. That's where I excel.
You said that's my jam.
But what I'm saying is, like, that's my thing is, like, I was on my way and I stopped here and I was like, I know you bang with like these stuff, like this favorite Starburst, or like you bang with like the specific M&Ms, and I was just like, I know you had a rough day, and it was just like, I know this ain't the biggest thing in the world, but I was like, after we had this conversation,
but it means more, you know. My hubby came home the other day with a Dunkin' Donuts. I love the peach refreshers, and I was just like, oh, you just made my day, and it just started at 8:05. Thank you. You know, it's the little things, and again, it's all about paying attention to your partner. I'll leave it at that for now.
You look like you had some thoughts. Like you were looking up at the sky and everything.
Because again, it boils down to, you have to know you.
Yeah.
You have to know you. So, you know, if you're given the impression that gift giving is your love language, but you're still unhappy, you have to love you first. You have to figure out you in order to properly communicate what your love language is in order for the relationship to move forward. So again, it all has to do with you loving you.
Love yours.
And so, thank you.
I think my whole thing, like, especially with all these, is always like the whys behind like all this stuff. Like, why is it like why is gift giving a 0 for me and stuff like that? Or like, why is stuff like that? And like, I think we talked about it before where, like, I can't even tell you like what cars people drive. I can't tell you what people wear on their feet, because like, I don't care about those things. And it's like there's been people I dated that always be like, oh, like you need to like update your wardrobe so that I'm like, okay, like I really don't care. Like I wear stuff for comfort, like not for flash. And it's like, you know, they'll get me like a bunch of stuff and I'm like, oh, like that's real nice. And it'll sit in a box forever, because it's like, I'm just not going to wear it. And it's like, because it's just not something that like I wear. It's like, you're not really paying attention. And it's like, I don't wear any jewelry. Like I wear like little things like stuff like that. But it's like all these things.
Did you wear that Dolphin shirt I got you?
Yeah. Wow. I don't think so. But which one? The long sleeve one?
Yeah.
No, I did wear the winter games, man. I wear one every Sunday.
Just making sure.
So like that, it's like, you know, like almost like all the things that like I do wear, it's like stuff that like I got for specific things or someone made for me and stuff like that. So like I keep those things around, but like for the most part, it's like if it's not useful, like I don't really care for it or I seek it out. And it's like I think that comes from like, you know, the childhood and stuff like that, where it's like we were like have nots for so long, or like we felt like when the divorce happens and you have 2 Christmases and stuff like that. So like when I would go to one of my Christmas, and one of the reasons I don't like Christmas like that is when I would go to one of my other family members' house, it was like they would get a ton of stuff for Christmas, and like we wouldn't get much. It's like that, especially in retrospect. And it got to the kind of the point where I was like, I don't even want to come here anymore. And it's like, and then like I don't even care about the stuff that you got, because like even still like you're over there like hyped about your stuff, but like me and my brothers are having a great time with like the little bit of stuff that like we do have, because we appreciate the quality time and the other stuff more. And it's like you got stuff just to be like, oh, we got you something, so you can't be mad while something's going on over here. Right. But when the things do come up where it's like, I have one friend that like every once in a blue moon she'd be like, I got you a new wallet. And it's like, I don't ever think about my wallet or anything like that. But then it's like, when I get it, I'm like, damn, I really did need a new wallet. They're like, you paid attention.
George Costanza, like,
you seen my wallet. You've made fun of my joint before. But it's like, like, should just be like, like, and it's like, I really like truly appreciate it. It's like, it cost you like $12.
Right.
It's like that, but it's like, I keep my wallets for like 2 years, like, stuff like that. So it's like, it means something.
Only 2 years.
Yeah, I mean,
it's wallets older than some people's kids.
I really do.
Like,
I said 2 years.
That's about right.
I said 2 years. I was like, in the last 15 years, I probably had 3 wallets, and that's like, like if I'm keeping it a whole stack. And like one of them was like that Ninja Turtle joint with the Velcro that y'all was killing me for a long time.
The joint was fire though.
it was just like, yo, but then
it was just a.
Yeah, it's like, everybody hate that, but I'm like, yo, this wallet full, though. I was like, it's on the inside of this wallet that matters.
It's like green turtles on the outside, green backs on the inside. Hey! All right, so our last one is acts of service.
I'm surprised it was so low for you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you want me to read it?
No, but go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll read it. All right, so can vacuuming the floors really be an expression of love? Absolutely. Anything you do that ease the burden and responsibilities weighing in on acts of service, person will speak volumes. The words he or she most want to hear. Let me do that for you. Laziness, broken comments, and making more work for them all. Tell speakers of this language their feelings don't matter. Finding ways to serve speaks volumes to the recipient and these acts. So the only reason I think acts of service are low is because I think this is one of the things that we've really mastered.
Okay.
You know, for me,
so it's not a need.
Yes, and that's what I think the low numbers is based on need. And once you master something, you begin to work on other things. Or like in that season, like you may need more affirmation than you do need acts of service. You know what I mean? But I know there's some times where I'm like sitting on the couch watching the game and Lulu walking behind me and just start giving me a massage. But it's just like, it ain't like just like let me rub your shoulders. It's just like she'll make sure that like she's communicating through the massage. You know what I mean? Like she'll be like you look tired. So like she'll rub my eyes and then she'll do the whole temple thing.
Touch.
Huh?
That's physical touch.
Yeah, but
acts of service is more like when I know you have a busy day and I hear you say something about, oh shoot, I forgot, I gotta go pick up, these 2 kids from across town and bring them to practice. And I'd be like, hey babe, do you just want me to bring our kids? You go pick them up. Right. And we'll just meet you there. So I'm very good at trying to know my husband's schedule and try to alleviate a lot of stress.
Maybe that's why I'm slow, because my acts of service is trash.
Can I just say, like,
why are you laughing?
Can I just say, like, she said the word alleviate, and like I felt alleviated. Like, I was like, what a powerful word alleviate just was right there, because like that's kind of what it is, right? It's just like that's taking the burden of doing these things off of you.
Got you. Oh, so okay, I get it. So it's just like, babe, the boys need breakfast or something like that. And I have this bad thing. Like she's like, the boys need breakfast, so I don't go and get milk and cereal. I go and get groceries. She's like, oh, you went grocery shopping? Oh, okay, I get it. My bad. I was on the wrong page. All right, but yes, okay. So yeah, it's just like.
So if I have
lightening the load, kind of.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's acts of service.
Yes.
But I think we talk about too is like a lot of these things can be combined.
Definitely.
So it's like, you said,
good point.
Because you said that like, the physical touch piece, but then it's like also like
massage, lighten the load.
I was gonna say the foot massage thing where it's like I'm getting you this and I'm doing this. So it's like it's a piece of it, and it's like things that you don't have to ask for is kind of like the whole piece of it. Because it's like
acts of service. Massage is an act of service, you know what I mean? It's just like you are alleviating some of my burden for that day. Because if I'm sitting there watching the game, but you know the difference in me watching the game. Am I watching the game or I'm just like, the game is on?
Yeah,
like,
I need some background noise.
Right. But so I appreciate you.
Because that's what it all comes down to. There is like appreciation.
Yes.
And it's like not only like we talk about like knowing your partner's love languages is like how much are you listening, is like the other person just wants to feel heard, because like that's what it comes back to, is just like, yes, this person understands me, and it's like I don't have to actually say with my mouth and communicate it, like they can feel or understand like what I got, and that's like true understanding in itself right there.
And I think that's where we've had a lot of growth, because I know there was like at one point where we were saying the same thing to each other in different ways, but what we were saying is like, how do you want me to communicate with you? Because I feel like I'm telling you, but you're not listening. When you are listening, but you're not really hearing it, because you don't know what language I'm communicating in right now. So like we're talking to each other, but it's more like talking at each other, not like arguing, but like you're not really grasping the need of what the person's saying through their words, which just leads to more complications because you're not getting anywhere. You know what I mean?
I don't think anyone wants to like over explain themselves or overexert the energy. Is like, oh my God, now that I have to tell you all this stuff, I don't even want it anymore. Like, it's like, I've already done, like, I'm exhausted from doing the thing of like asking you to do this or whatever. Cause it's like acts of service is the best when you don't even realize you need the acts of service. Like when you go to the kitchen to get yourself something to drink and you automatically come back with something to drink. And so that like things like that are just dope, like in itself, where it's just like, man, I'm so glad I didn't have to say there. Like when she hears the situation going on and she just like takes care of it without you having to know it was taken care of. Right. So that's what's dope.
It's the unspoken.
Yeah. And then you use those words of affirmation, be like, thank you for what you will call it, for, you know, taking care of that for me. Yeah.
Boom.
Thebomb.com.
Hey.
It's almost like you need to use all 5 love languages like every day. It's kind of crazy, right?
I don't see why you would not.
Crazy, right?
So that's why it's important to learn the 5 love languages. And then once you start with trial and error, right? You're gonna find out what your spouse's love language is. And so that's where you'll be able to understand, okay, I need to give a little bit more of this love language today because of the type of day they're having, you know? So knowing that he, you know, deals with the public a lot.
The face you made when you said the public, like, that was a great way to say that.
Very well said.
There's days where I just text to kind of gauge how his day is, and that will let me know, hey, today he just needs to be bigged up. Hey, you know, we love you, we appreciate you.
Rough
boom, 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 boom. You know, because you feel so unappreciated at work. Or today, hey, you know, things went smooth sailing, great. So today we're just going to give him a massage, you know, just knowing, just listening to the unspoken and just really being in tune to each other.
Look at you.
And just doing it.
Killing it.
Like, yo,
don't stop.
You know what I'm saying? Don't let us derail you.
And that's pretty much what it is. It's just really learning. And the most important, again, it all goes back to self-love. You have to know yourself in order to know where you are and what you can give. Because if you're expecting something of me and I'm not there to give it to you, then I need you to help me get there so then I can give it to you. It's all about servicing each other. That's what a relationship is, servicing each other.
You tapped in and like you hit a really good point where it's just this brother is when it's like your home is supposed to be like your safe haven and like your safe space. And like you said before, it's like you don't feel appreciated at work because it is a trial and tribulation every time that you step out of the door. Like we have to deal with like our extended families. We have to deal with the people at work. We have to deal with people out in the public. We have to deal with the people all over there. It's like, it's supposed to be like, these are the things that like I have to do. But when I get home is the things that I actually want to do. Right. And it's like, it only is amplified when you feel safe, you feel comfortable, and you feel all that stuff at home. And it's like, knowing these things is the best way to do it. And like you said, it is a trial and error because some days you are going to be playing the game where it's like, I did this, that didn't work. Did this, that didn't work. Right. Did this, that didn't work. And it's like, all right, bang, ding, ding, we found the one. Like we got to. It's like, woof. Because it was like, this way we don't go to bed angry.
Like, hey.
See, that's how you tie it in. That's what I'm here for. That's what I do. I does this.
I love callbacks.
So what you got? We took these tests, and like I know when I sent you the test earlier, you were like, "Oh, I've already done this before."
Right.
So you guys recently took the test again, and then, or you took the test before, you recently took it again. Mm-hmm. Are you surprised at like what the new answers that you got?
For me, I'm surprised that I got new answers, but it completely makes sense.
Yes,
it completely makes sense. I feel like for me, like affirmation and quality time being top 2 now is because, like I said, for one, I feel like we mastered the other ones because it was something that we were working on in a different time. But I also feel like in our growth of like becoming adults, I guess, and like the new business ventures that we're stepping out into and the things that are like, how do I want to say? So people say you want to make money in order to get back more time. You know
Okay.
what I mean? So like you make money and let your money make itself. And the purpose of doing that so that you can have more time with your loved ones, you know what I mean? So you're not working all the time, you know what I mean? So I think we're getting to a point to where we're understanding like, things have switched up because we are doing different things in our life. And now we are communicating differently through those new adventures. And it just makes, like I said, for me, I love it because it keeps things interesting. It keeps things new. It keeps things fresh. And we continue to keep learning things from each other even after the 20 years we've been together.
Any surprises for you, Lulu, when you looked at it? Like, were you just like, oh, I didn't think this one would be as high as it was?
Quality time. Because I didn't think I was there. I thought I was still in my acts of service because my schedule is so busy. So to learn that quality time is pretty big on my list, pretty high on my list. I think, I'll be able to, when we do spend time, I'll be able to take a minute and just really enjoy it for what it is and learn to just wind down and enjoy the moment opposed to what is there to do next. Cause I'm already in tomorrow's day and it's only 11 o'clock in the morning. So just knowing that when I have this time with my husband, to really enjoy the moment. And I think that's an issue that I've had where he's like, can you just enjoy the moment? I'm like, but I am, but we still got to do X, Y, and Z. And he's like, stop. Yeah. So I think this is just, again, confirmation that we've evolved. We're in a new season, personally and collectively. And just appreciate where you are in your season, in your relationship, no matter what love language you're in.
I think much well. Like as I looked at it and I was like, it was a little bit different than like I thought it was gonna be, or like stuff like that. It's like, is this something like you need to do like every month, like just to kind of like, or like anytime you get in a funk, is like, why isn't things like working out? Like just do it like real quick and be like, oh, maybe this is what I'm looking for, like what I need at this time. So it's like, you didn't ask me again what my 5 were like in order. Like I'm gonna
I was gonna say it and you told me to wait.
I know. I'm the guilt trip God, man. This is what I do. With a whopping 33%, my number 1 was quality time.
Okay.
Nice.
My number 2 was words of affirmation.
Okay.
Number 3 was acts of service. Number 4 was physical touch. And then with the whopping 0% was receiving gifts.
Receiving gifts.
Wow.
Yeah. But could it be that, over the years it's been tainted? Like you said, like people are giving you the wrong gifts. People are just giving you gifts just to say that I gave you something and it cost X amount of dollars.
No, because like that's the thing is I feel like I'm putting a lot of negative connotation on that. Like people are just giving me shitty gifts like all the time. Or like whatever, because I feel like people was like, somebody's definitely was like, yo, I just gave this brother this, and like that's how he really felt about it. And it's
somebody come over to your crib like, yo, where that coffee mug I gave you?
It's like, you know what? Run that. Give it the TI snatch of Lord London's chain.
Chilling with all his friends. Everybody's gonna get a bag like this. Joel's gonna be like this, but like everybody was gonna get the same thing. But I know how some of us feel about gifts.
Yeah. But it's like I thought about it, like as I was looking at it, I'm like, why would I feel this way? It's like, what just passed? My birthday just passed.
Right.
And it's like that. So it's like it kind of makes some sense. Okay. That like, that's kind of like how it goes. I mean, you took a deep breath like you was about to say something.
Oh no. I mean, I just did get some breaking news. My son just texted me. It's kind of crazy.
Oh, okay. Do you want to watch that? Do you want to segue in? Segue into it?
I guess. So
do I do a CNN? Breaking news.
Yeah. So some bad breaking news that I literally just got. National championship, Ohio State quarterback, Pittsburgh was with the Washington Commanders.
Yep.
Before being traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Got hit by a car today and died.
Dwayne Haskins.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I know he was a backup quarterback, so like he's not the most well-known name, and like the last time he was really in the news wasn't the most positive thing.
Yeah.
Or like what was going on with the Commanders.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't think we ever want to hear about a loss of life of anybody like at any point in time. It's like it's
24 years old.
Damn, that's young.
Yeah.
24 is crazy.
Yeah.
Does it say like did he get hit by a car like walking, or like was he in the car, or no, it says details are scarce.
Yeah,
so
details are scarce. So yeah, I don't know. It's just weird because it says that he got hit by a car. So I don't know, like if he was in a vehicle or if he was not in a vehicle, what happened, but I'm pretty sure more details will happen. I mean, Sports Center and ESPN probably have it by the end of the day, but it's just dang, man, 24 years old.
I think he was set up too, like with the whole Mitchell Trubisky signing. Like there was definitely a possibility where he could have won that starting job and like revalued and like reset his whole career. And
he's only 24.
Only 24. I mean, so like nothing but prayers, love, and support for the Haskins family.
Definitely.
Damn, that was a wild thing to come across like at the last minute.
Right.
So it's weird to ask you if you have a cultural gem after that, but do you have a cultural gem?
I do.
Shine bright like a diamond?
Yeah. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I went easy this week. You know what I mean? I feel like I've been dumping a lot of gems on people, and I don't know how caught up they are. Give you some time. This one's easy, man. This one's easy. You don't got to go far for this one. But I went with House Party.
Okay.
I went with House Party. Look at the I love that.
House Party's nothing but a good time. It's like, I don't think there's another movie we don't make enough of. It's like, just like, let's all just have a good time movie. Like we have like the Project X. But it's like there was a lot behind that, like as well.
Right.
Where it's like there was like a drug dealer and all this other stuff in there. Like, why can't we just have a good party movie?
Right. And I just feel like we've all had a house party type experience. And if you haven't, then why are you shaking your head like that?
Mom was out of town, literally.
Listen,
everybody loves a house party. You never want to host a house party.
Oh, no. Listen, I've hosted several house parties. Just not at my house. like I've literally asked people like, yo, your crib will be perfect for a party. Like I could get people here.
Yeah. Can
we use the space?
I've done that too.
My homie's a DJ. Like, you know what I mean? Let's get this done.
I'm like, yeah, well, bad people are hitting me up. Like, what we doing tonight? Like,
bro,
what are we doing tonight? Right. You know we can't go to my house. Because like, my house is on 24/7 lockdown. You know we can't go there.
My house was the spot.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy.
It was.
Huh?
You looking like you were like, yeah.
Oh, no, I don't know. No, I wasn't there yet. This is when she was thugging.
Okay.
This is when she was thugging.
Okay.
We all got to pass. So I don't judge my wife at all. I love her. But yeah, there was so house party is I wouldn't say they're teenagers, but it's never really like any school scenes.
They're high schoolers.
Yeah. So it's like literally the whole movie is about how they're planning this big house party at it's Kid and Play.
Wait, the movie doesn't start they're in school and they talk about the house party? And like that's why the bullies are messing with him. And like, yeah, whip his ass. Or am I mixing with Class Act?
You might be mixing it with Class Act, but I don't know because I feel like all their movies are kind of the same movie.
His ass.
You walk around town like in heat. Me and my boys can't be beat. Where we'll go, you smell you like gas. Go ahead, you got the last line.
No, it was good.
You don't know. He was like, "We're gonna burn the house, straight burning house." He was like, "Wait. So we're gonna light the house on fire. When they come out, we hit them with the bats. I like it. Then when he really started doing it, he was like, "Oh man, I don't know if I really feel like burning no people up today." But yeah, it's a really good movie. So yes, like Joel said, they're Full Force, the music group, plays the bullies. Who can't get into the house party, but they also don't like Kid and Play. So they spend the majority of the movie trying to ruin the house party while Kid and Play is trying to join throw a successful house party. This is one of the few opening acting roles for Martin Lawrence.
Yep.
Because Martin Lawrence is in the movie. He plays Bilal with the dragon breath.
I was going to say with that breath.
He's also the DJ in the movie. My favorite part is when homeboy kept bumping the table. Like, if that man didn't tell him with all the fierce of Wakanda, is like, yo, you keep bumping this table, I'm gonna kick your freaking heart out your chest. And it was just staring at him. It's just like, yo, okay. Like, it was just a lot. Like all the things that you would expect to happen at a house party, like it happened. Like, you know what I mean? You got the haters who are there. Then you got the super dope young DJ that's got the party rocking. You got the guy who's trying to do too much. It doesn't work out. Somebody always breaks a toilet at a house party. I don't know. That's traditional. Like if you throw a house party and the toilet doesn't end up stopped up, then you did not throw a good party. You know what I mean? So
something's going to end up broken.
Something is going to end up broken.
That's like every Whitley family reunion. Somebody's getting hurt. There's always going to be
there's always two things that get broke. The one thing that's supposed to get broke that you don't really care about, and then the one thing that you don't need to get broke.
The number one thing you told everyone not to break.
That almost ends the party. Like, Yo,
You ended my whole career.
Everybody's out. Everybody's out. I got to spend the last 2 hours before somebody comes home to figure out how I'm gonna lie about how this got broke. Everybody get out right now. But yeah, man, it's a really good movie. Came out in 1990.
Damn.
Yeah.
I was 2.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
It's good to see you still an 80s baby though. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's 1990. It stars, like I said, Kid and Play, which is both of them named Christopher.
Yeah, Christopher Reed.
Yep. You can find this on HBO Max.
Whoa!
Yes.
HBO Max coming through.
Look at us.
Okay, and it comes with the subscription. We don't gotta pay $3.
Nope, comes with the subscription.
Hey!
Subscription on there.
HBO Max. I'm telling you,
Yep.
I think it's up there.
It's
man.
getting up there. Of course, you got Amazon Prime. You have YouTube. It's on Google Play.
Okay.
And of course, it's on Voodoo. I don't know who Voodoo is. Y'all better call us. Hit us up, man.
Yeah,
Hit us up. For real.
We'll do like the NBA jerseys. We'll put like the little patch for Voodoo
Right,
there. Like,
right.
Like, don't
Telling
get
you, I'll
twisted.
do a Dame Little commercial with the little voodoo gun shooting the money in the air. Like,
Oh, we're commercial ready for like if Voodoo wants
Voodoo
to actually
has
put a
live
commercial.
sports.
Voodoo's got every movie that you're looking for. $4.
Right,
It's like-
right. I love the fact that it's 2 U's in there. Like it's the opposite of Hulu. It's like
Yeah.
McDonald's and Burger King beefing.
Voodoo is what we call it.
You know what you need, Voodoo? You need Pusha T on the track.
Yeah. It's like, let me tell you something, Netflix.
right. All right, so it is Nasty Nugget week. Do you have a Nasty Nugget?
I do, but before I say about Nasty Nugget, Lulu, before we head out, do you have anything that like you wanted to say or plug or talk about? Oh, I thought you was gonna pull a script out. Like the way you went up there, I thought you was gonna pull a piece. I was like, actually, I wanted to thank. You know what I'm saying? Nothing.
No, I just it's so different. The energy is so different down here. I'm used to being upstairs and hearing you guys. So just being here in you guys' presence live. I love the energy.
You had a
It's
good
so
time.
different. I did.
Like she wants to ask, like, when's the next time she can come back, but she don't want to ask because she don't want us to tell her that she can't come back. Because it's like, well, we're not going to tell her that because we would obviously take her back at any time that she wants to come down.
Of course. And it's dope because it's super consistent with everybody that we've had here so far about saying like, like Dewey was like, I just want to see y'all do that in person. That's so dope. You know what I mean? Bam was over there. Just like, he hit me up the other day. It's like, yo, when can I do sidebar Bam again? I was like, whatever you want to, bro. Like it don't hurt. It's still part of the pod. You know what I mean?
Family affair. The family is here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But we are lining up some guests, especially with the summer coming in. There's a lot of young Black entrepreneurship that has already begun or will be beginning, and we want people to be able to get themselves out there. So we will be bringing people on to talk about their small businesses that we want to become big businesses.
Do you, what you call it? Damn, I completely lost what I was about to say, but it's like now that you're down here and you feel the vibe. Oh, are you impressed with the one take boysness of it? It's like, man, y'all really do this like in one shot and just like no stops, like you just try to keep it going.
Right.
Like
Loopers and all, we're in here.
But if I was gonna do my Nasty Nugget piece, and it's like it was gonna be something else, and it transformed into something else. After watching the Everywhere and Anything movie, it was like thinking about like Robin out and stuff like that. It's supposed to be like a time of reflection, and there's like a big overarching thing in the movie and stuff like that. And it's like I want to talk about it, but I can't get too spoilery with it. But it's just, I feel like kindness is always looked at as a weakness. Like someone that is too kind is someone that is like, they can be walked over, like they can be stepped on. And it's like, they always talk about like, don't take my kindness for weakness. But I think that kindness can be not only is it not a weakness, but it can be weaponized as a huge strength for a person. And like to come and like kind of put it like in the one concise thing, it is the being the bigger person. And I know I've said before that if you constantly have to be the bigger person, it's probably because you're hanging around smaller people. But sometimes you took a sip of water off of that. But a lot of times, like I don't think that's the case. Is like granted, like we talk about things like such as boundaries and like limits and all that stuff there. And it's like a lot of times things aren't as serious as they need to be, and resolutions and like everything could just come from a lot of times it's like just being the bigger person. It's like we waste so much quality time, we waste so much energy, so much effort, like you lose out on so much stuff like because you're waiting for the other person to be the bigger person because like you're tired of being the bigger person, where it's like, is it really ever like well, let me take that back, because there are times where it's like, no, like I cannot be the bigger person like in this situation. But it's like we work with the public and we see often where it's like, how did we get here? And it's like we got here because like everybody just refused to be the bigger person, and like nobody is just kind to each other. Like people are so used to just being mean to each other and just spitting venom at each other like all the time. And in high school, my number one thing, or like the thing that I would do is like I was the roast god. Like you would come at the table and it was like I would flame you, I'd flame every person that came across. But like everybody kept coming back the next day. And I think it's because like it was never mean behind it, or like there was never a nastiness behind it. It's just like this is how we communicate, and like this is how we express things to each other. It's like not everything needs to be like, because there are times where people say things and it gets hurtful. And it's like I've done it a couple times with kids. Like the reason why you guys got here is because you guys want to roast each other and you don't know how to roast each other. It's like you guys go the next level above, like, oh, that's why your mom, and that's why you did this, and like, and it's like, yo, that's not how you do it.
Right.
And like recently, I was just like, yo, that's not how you do it. And they're like, oh, how are you supposed to do it? I was like, do you really want to see like how it's done? And they're like, yeah, go ahead. I was like, all right. So I was like, you try to flame me or like roast me and I'll roast you back. And it was like, I flamed this kid for like 7 straight minutes. Everybody's in there laughing. He's laughing. It's like that. I was like, that's how you're supposed to roast. I was like, everything stays here. Everything is at face value. We're not getting into people's trauma. We're not getting into our home situations that we know are chaotic and stuff like that. It's like everything is just here. These things that we can make fun of each other because it's just dumb at the end of the day. Right. And it's like when you can take a joke, it's a lot easier for another person to be able to take a joke, because like to me it's not that serious, so it's like it shouldn't be that serious to you. So like I know that was a lot of things I just drove into the nasty nugget, but I guess it's just like if you have the opportunity to be kind, like just do it. Because wouldn't the world be a better place if everyone was just doing the more kinder option at all times? Because I feel like we're all going out of our way to not do that.
Right.
That's all I have.
Fire.
Thank you.
That was great.
It's actually, I feel like I got a weight off my chest on that. And I was just like, damn, man, I'm so tired of people just being mean to each other. Right. Like, it's just something like, man, like, did you need to say that?
Right.
Did you need to do that? And it's like, they never do. And they'd be like, okay.
Right.
But you do care. That's the problem.
Yeah.
But you do care.
And it's like,
if you don't, you should.
And it's like, you technically ruined somebody's day, like over something that you didn't care about.
Right.
Like, why do that?
Right. And you never know how long somebody's carrying something while you already let it go in that moment.
And at the end of the day, we're not promised tomorrow.
Never promised tomorrow. And it's like, I know so many people that live with that regret of like, I wish I didn't do this to that person.
Right. Think about asking somebody that, like, do you want this to be your last moment? Let's say you didn't make it the next hour. Do you want this to be your last defining moment? Sheesh.
That's serious.
But it's like, I feel like now we're diving into like a whole nother thing too. But it's like, I feel like, especially like at a younger age, like I was really like ahead of the curve with like how we kind of like went from like that toxic masculinity into other things. Like I've always told like my homeboys, like, I love you and like stuff like that. And like, it was never like a weird thing because it was just like, that's what we do. And it's just like, it never was at first like who knows if this is the last time that like I see you, so I want to make sure that you know that like I care for you or stuff like that. But it was just a thing. It's like, no, we're comfortable here. Right. And it's like, you know, like I respect you, I respect your views, I can clown you, I can laugh at you, but at the end of the day, like you never have a doubt in your mind that like I care about you and that I love you.
Can I tell you all about it when I see you?
Don't do that, because that's so much.
We also don't have the copyrights too.
My quarter mile at a time.
You owe me a 10-second call.
Right. I might go watch Fast 9. Ejectocito, cuz.
We out. I know when we start segueing like this, it's about to get crazy. Hey, we appreciate y'all. All right, make sure to get that viewership up. Viewership up. No.
We know what you meant.
Oh, we gotta do the second take. We gotta redo this whole episode.
Make sure to get the viewership up. Like and subscribe. Get at your boys. You know what I mean? We'll put the little video clips up, and we're gonna keep bringing this content. We appreciate the loyal and the loving, man.
Please watch everything, everywhere, everything, all at once. Do yourself the favor. And then come talk to me about it. I know we have 3 big movies that came out this week. I'm going to watch Ambulance tomorrow.
Oh, that's out too?
And I'm trying to watch the Sonic 2 at some point in time. I still need to watch Sonic 1, which is the reason why I didn't watch it. Sheesh. But do yourself a favor, especially as adults. Go watch everything, everywhere, all at once.
That's what's up. Till next time, y'all. We'll holler at you.
Bye.
Say bye, Lulu.
Peace out.
Hey.